So, the last things, or rather, what had happened last session was Asuka, using Olivier's amethyst, had tried to restore her memories of her draconic nature, and in doing so, had sort of tapped this amethyst, which now had like these black veins kind of running through it, against Olivier's forehead, which had sort of like triggered her first draconic form. Uh, but what came of it was that her form was deeply changed according to Asuka from what it was supposed to be. And this happened right outside the Fey outpost of Driffelder. And you guys managed to calm her down. Nicely done. Just as she got to the edge of town, she didn't destroy more of the town uh, because you guys had managed to basically stay on top of that the whole time.
You're welcome.
However, once that was over, Leonte had sort of like let slip that she had a certain business to take care of as soon as you guys were talking about um, Olivier mentioning someone named Meryl Suhana. And Asuka and Torvald, suspicious, recruited Venhold, and the three of them followed Leonte here. Olivier, something I forgot to mention last session was when you spent the night in the fox's den and woke up, the lidded shield was strapped back onto your arm again.
Wait, so this shield just like appeared on my arm?
Yes.
I woke up and it was on my arm.
You woke up and it was like already on your arm.
The
That is
shield
creepy.
moved. Yeah, the shield just got up, used its imaginary legs, walked through the
Hoping.
teleportation circle, and went over to you. It's like, don't leave me again, Mom.
Let me guess, my left fleshy arm.
Yes, your left fleshy arm. Well, that's the arm you strap shields to. I assume if your right arm's your lead hand.
True. I was gonna say unless you're left-handed.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I always thought Olivia was right-handed, but I suppose she could be left-handed.
Oh no, she is right-handed, but
Okay.
Francesca's gonna be left-handed, because also kind of the whole like Sinistra evil thing. But
Word. Okay.
Left hands are the devil.
So yes, when you awoke, the lidded shield
weird.
was back on your arm again.
That'd probably be a little minor freakout session right there.
So Leonte, as you sort of approach and the door sort of like swings open, and you step inside, you are greeted once again by Meryl Suhana, the witch. And she sort of gestures towards the chair, which sort of like turns and corrects itself for you.
Without missing a stride, I just sit down in the chair and like, please don't corrupt my friends.
And she says, pupil, whatever do you mean?
You know what I mean. The whole dark dragon thing, almost destroying the town. That don't.
Meryl Suhana kind of cocks an eyebrow and she says, dragon? What is this you speak of?
I know you came in contact with Olivier. Human, metal arm.
You see a sudden realization come across Meryl Suhana's face when she suddenly like sort of puts two and two together with her having breathed her burning hand spell before and you now saying that Olivier Rousseau is a dragon. And a smile, the same smile splits up her face and,
Oh,
and
God
sort
damn
of
it.
raucous laughter fills the room and she says, a dragon? A
Oh,
dragon, thou sayest.
Oh, Dillion, damn it.
Well,
Oh no.
this does explain a thing or two. She says, tell me, how did you come upon this knowledge?
She literally said your name.
You're in contact with one of my other students, are you?
Apparently, I'm in contact with two of them. Which one of those is Mizoon? And I point to the figures behind her.
She smiles, but she doesn't show you which one. She says, well, fate does have funny way of working out.
Yeah, could you get him to not kill me, or at least keep him in Ghost Town?
Uh, and she kind of smiles back at you. Meanwhile, Torvald, Venhold, and Asuga are all sort of standing on this eye, and Venhold's sort of like squinting around into the darkness, and he says, "Where are we? I can see you guys, but I can't see the floor or anything."
This is a realm of dark. This is similar to what I've been experiencing.
Asuga, still carrying her little parasol, sort of narrows her eyes. And she says, "This doesn't look like anywhere I've been before. I don't like this."
You were trapped in a dream once like this. I don't know if you can remember it.
And she shakes her head and she says, "I don't know what you're talking about, but I remember nothing like this." Looking off in the distance, the three of you can see like a small windowless hut, but there doesn't seem to be anything else. And Venhold sort of like testing the ground in front of him with his foot, sort of boldly takes a step forward onto solid ground. But there's no discernible floor. Okay, are you guys just moving towards the hut?
Yeah.
Okay. Asuga is gonna
Oh,
sort of
my H. I
take up the
definitely
rear,
have more
sort of like
HP than this.
peering around.
What? What's my current health at? Hold on, I gotta open this PDF again.
I think you're at like 81 or 85, something like that.
83.
Leonte, as you guys are talking, Torvald, I'm just going to remove that bar, but you are caught up at 83. As you guys are talking, Torvald, you approach the door first, and Leonte, you sort of note as Meryl Suhana's attention suddenly shifts from you, as if she's just detected something.
And another thing, do you actually have Mazoon not attack the town of Jafelder? I'm trying to set up human and Feykind
Can I hear what he's
negotiation.
saying inside?
Make me a perception check to try and listen through the door.
Alright. 15.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear, it's a little muffled, but you can hear Leonte sort of, I guess, griping? Is that what you're
Yeah,
doing there?
So I hear
I
her
am
talking
griping.
about Mazoon.
Yes, actually, that is what Leonte was saying at the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to set up human-Fey relations, and I don't want
I
him
just
coming.
listen.
I don't want him coming to where I set this whole outpost up and have him just coming in and killing everyone. That's bad.
As you're finishing that up, you see Meryl Suhana sort of hold up a finger and she says, "A moment. We have visitors." And the door sort of like like swings open, revealing Torvald, who's sort of like taken aback, as you didn't hear anyone like step towards the door. And Asuga and Venhold are kind of standing behind you. And the witch says, "Well, this is unprecedented."
My,
So many
I'm just-
words.
I'm just glaring at them like, why? Why'd you follow me?
And she says,
This isn't Deliani.
Meryl Suhana says, "Please, allow yourselves in."
Or, go back. You already have some kind of weird thing going on with you. You are, I'm not so sure about, and you, Venhold, you're too innocent and pure for this world.
Looking at Venhold's face, Leonte, you are the first one to notice that Venhold's eyes are sort of like his face freezes in horror, and his eyes are sort of staring into space, his mouth hanging slightly open as he's watching something you do not see. And he's sort of like starts to break into a sweat as he's sort of staring into space, and then he suddenly like catches himself with a gasp and stiffens, and he sort of sweeps his eyes across at Torvald and Asuka before looking straight down at the floor. And Asuka speaks up at this point, not noticing Vinhold, and says, "Elf, what meddling brings you together with this repulsive beast?" To which Meryl Suhana replies, "Curb thy tongue, crude dragon. Thy brutish strength will offer thee little comfort here. Thine fate was sealed the moment thou first tread in my domain."
Okay, first off, I only joined up dark magic to try to cure other dark magic, like the stuff like you, Torvald.
You've been doing a very fine job of doing that.
There's a sort
Dark
of
magic is hard.
And
Are you
Vinhold and
sure
Asuka get swept inside.
this isn't just another elvish quest for power? This is not the first time you meddled into something that you didn't have any understanding of. And what's this about curing me? I'm the last person who needs to be cured right now.
True, and that's why I came here. This time.
Who is this person?
This time.
What is that?
Asuka speaks up. "She's a welder. A witch of the wild."
Welder. So she's not with Evil Gug?
I don't think so. She might have some connection, but that's really uncertain. Do you have anything to do with his weird angel problem?
Meryl Suhana sort of cocks an eyebrow and she says, "What do you know of the angels, student?"
Well,
I use
I
my
know-
arm of Evil Gug and just like flail it in the air.
I just kind of like gesture like that. Giant tentacle, no face.
As you use this arm of evil, Torvald, Meryl Suhana is going to sort of like chuckle and she says, "Where did a human like yourself find such a gift?
Hold
How
on one
hadst
second.
thou stumbled
I
upon
have to
this?"
mute my mic.
And she sort of surveys you all, looking at each of you, and she says,
All right.
"A young man, afraid and out of his depth, a dragon, loathsome as thine art, and a practitioner of the material arts, rife with dark, bearing the mark of the feral angel, no less."
All right. He's already tainted. That one already hates me, and I'm not sure what his problem is. Can you just let those two out of here, like, unchanged?
And Meryl Suhana sort of smiles and she says, "The way was sealed the moment I became aware of them."
Can you at least erase those guys' memories? I point to this Asuka and Venhold before, like, of all this, before I leave,
And Meryl
when we get back to the other side?
Meryl Suhana smiles and she says, "For a price." And she
Of
looks
course.
and she looks over at you, Torvald, and she says, "And what brings you to this place? What can I
I
do
can't
for
hear
you?"
anything you're saying. I had to mute my mic real quick.
Sure
Like,
thing.
I can't speak. And
Sure,
I
sure.
don't have the headset on. Alright, my bad. It'll be 1 minute.
With the same memories in these two are here.
You said she's a whaler? A
A
wilder?
witch. Yeah, a witch.
A welder, yeah. I'll type it in.
Hmm.
Olivier, make me a Constitution save.
Oh. Well, okay, hold on. I rolled a 12 plus. Ooh, hold on. I don't have my buttons.
My buttons.
I know. I think I'm proficient. I have to go back. Yes. 12, 13, 14. 18?
18.
Let's plus the con mod and proficiency bonus, right? So okay, yeah, 18.
Okay. Okay. You are going to awaken Indrifelder. And that's going to put you... These guys are not here. So that's going to put you right here.
Question.
Yes.
Is her shield on her arm again?
Yes, it is. Make me an investigation or perception check, your choice.
Okay. I'm gonna go with investigation.
Okay.
Nat 20 plus 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, no way. Did that say 2? No. I mean, yes, but...
So Olivier, looking at the lidded shield, which once again you just awaken, and it's like on your arm, you notice like a small sort of like metal defect, like maybe like a knot or something on the edge of your shield that you hadn't seen there before.
I guess... Like, wait, is it like above her arm? Or on the shield, like the top of the shield?
Above the arm, it's on one of the edges of the shield, but it's like a small little like nub.
She's gonna turn to look at it closer and like rub her fingers over it.
Make me a Constitution save.
Oh Jesus!
Oh no.
Hold on. Hold on. 7 plus 23.
23.
Yes. Rolled 17 plus 6.
You feel a sort of tingling sensation, but it doesn't seem to bother you. Looking at it, you swear you get the, like, it just looks slightly different than before. As if after you rubbed it, it was just a little bit taller.
She's gonna take the shield off, put it wherever, and then write those notes down in a journal somewhere to make a note.
You turn your back and the shield's following you.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking creepy.
Okay. Were you guys... You guys were all kind of like staying in this house, I take it?
I guess?
Yeah. Barrett, can you hear us just fine? Is your mic working again? I guess not.
Looking around, Olivier. Leonte, which room would have been yours?
Let's see. I'm assuming the one with the vines covering the door is Torvald.
Yeah. Torvald and Venhold were each kind of like, I don't know, I guess.
Yeah. I guess probably this room here, the bottom.
Okay.
The single bed.
Okay. Olivier, sort of like stepping out into the hallway, you look around. There's no sign of Avina or Fritjof anywhere.
Yeah.
Who would have this room with 2 separate beds?
Hello, bonjour. Is anyone here?
There's no response.
She's gonna like... I guess she's gonna go start opening all the doors. Make sure there's no one not here.
Okay.
I wonder where they are.
You're just sort of looking around.
Yeah, if they're not in there, she's just gonna leave. She's just grumbling to herself, like, where did they go?
As you're
turning,
as you're sort of like turning from Avina and Fritjof's room over here to go back, you look back this way, and you notice that Leonte's room is ajar. which is strange because Leonte's extremely private and always locks her room.
Also,
Locks
it's a
her
jar
door.
instead of a room.
Yes.
That is weird. Takes a step forward. Did she do it on accident?
Poking your head inside the room, nothing really seems too out of place. There's a bag sort of on the floor next to the bed where Leonte's, like, most of her goods are kept. And there's a small silver hand mirror on the table over here. But everything else seems generally undisturbed. Nothing going on here.
Had any time in the past, when's the last time Olivier's like examined herself in a mirror?
Oh god damn it.
I don't know. I suppose it's been a while, maybe since you saw your reflection in like a
How's
in like
Louise?
a beer mug or something.
Right. I wonder how she keeps a diary. I think I will see if she has one.
Good luck reading in Elvish.
She didn't think that far ahead.
So you're gonna dig through Leonte's bag, looking for a journal or a diary?
Not like super obtrusively, so it doesn't look like it's been rummaged through, but just kind of peek and be like, if I can see it, well then, you know.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
I wonder how she keeps it under her mattress. Oh, that's shitty. 7.
7?
Mhm.
Looking around, there doesn't seem to be any sort of journal or diary in here. Actually, no, you do find a book. You find a you find a thick leather-bound tome. It's not a journal or a diary, but there's how many books do you have in your possession, Leonte? Is it just the one?
Let's see. I mean, I have like other things in a scholar's pack, so.
Yeah, so there might be like papers here and there, but I think the only book you have is that one, right?
Yeah, it's the one. But can't she also find my Dreamweed egg, though? I still have the Dreamweed egg from when we tried to do the orc thing. And the sleep eggs.
Olivier, as you're
I still have
digging
the plaque I
through
stole from Aslan.
for a journal, you're going through her stuff. You see there is a leather-bound journal, and there is an owl mask, but you do not find any anything that looks
She finds
like a
the owl
diary.
mask.
It's sitting in your
She
bag.
finds the owl mask with a 7.
It's sitting
But
in your
she
bag.
finds it with a 7. I wouldn't have it just straight in my bag, though.
She's looking for a journal. She didn't find what she was looking for, but she's looking in the bag.
But that was a 7.
It was a 7 to find something she didn't find.
She
generally,
can't she find?
Jesus, can't you find the plaque I stole from the from Asselden? I still have that plaque I stole from Asselden.
And it makes her
Did you
stomach.
steal a plaque from Asselden?
I did, with the whole tree thing. The plaque that had that little quote on it.
Okay, so you find that. You, strangely enough, find an Animali owl mask. And you find a thick leather-bound tome.
The sight of the Animali mask, like, enrages her and also, like, makes her feel sick at the same time.
She's never mentioned that she had this.
Yeah, that's another note for later, but I think she's at least gonna read what the title is of the tome, probably pick that up, be like,
The tome appears to you to be blank.
Maybe...
You can see that it has... There are some inscriptions, like, basically, like, on the use of dark magic. And like, of tapping into it and manipulating it. But when you open up the book, there's small bits of text here and there. A lot of it seems to be mumbo-jumbo to you. But then much of the book just appears to be blank. There's nothing in the pages.
Alright, I'm back.
Nice.
Welcome back.
What did I miss?
Olivier going through my shit because she finding things she's not supposed to find because she rolled low.
Oh, she's awake. Sweet. Okay.
And waking up to my shield on my arm again, but it was a little bit different.
She can't find anyone, so she's going through my shit.
Yep, because the door was open.
Olivier. Looking down at the floor, you see something that is a little bit unusual. There are a couple small clumps of, like mud.
This is weird. She puts the book back in the bag, sets the bag down, and kind of like Asian squats over the dirt. Kind of picks at it to see if it's still like moist or breaks apart or like smells like anything.
It's not like full-on liquid mud, but it is damp and somewhat fresh.
Is there someone in this room? I need to find Lily.
There's nothing here that you can tell.
I think maybe I need to go tell this to Lily, but I'm really curious what that mirror does. That mirror over there is very pretty. Maybe I will spruce myself up before I go outside.
Looking at the back of the hand mirror, it is quite pretty. It looks like this.
Leave it to Lily to buy herself the fashionable, expensive things. Can't make you do with a piece of broken glass or something.
The mirror is also laying face down on the table.
I think I saw a movie one time with, or a play one time with the mirror like this. She's talking to herself. She picks it up.
You pick the mirror up and look into it. Make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh my god.
Charisma or D20 plus
Charisma mod,
charisma mod. Oh fuck.
Oh no.
11.
Oh no.
Olivier,
Shit.
the last thing you see is a blur of a sort of like dark green cloak and a small hooded figure before darkness sort of swims over your vision. And you awake to find yourself in a sort of like endless white fog.
She looks down at her left arm instinctively. Now to see if she's reawoke or something.
Your shield's still there, but you are. There is nothing in every direction except white fog, and like kind of a soft dirt ground beneath you.
Okay.
Oh
she's
god
gonna
damn it.
sit down for a minute, and she's like, "What? What these?" Oh my god, she's just sighing deeply, like, what the fuck did she just do? This shield is here again? I took it off. How about this shield? Look which way you want me to go.
You like
Shakes
sort
it.
of look at this like on your arm, and you like shake it a little bit, and the eye just sort of like swivels up at you, and it's just sort of looking at you.
You are creepy. I do not like it.
Does the shield shrug like it doesn't know?
The shield doesn't do anything, it's just an eyeball. It looks at her.
Olivier looks up, and then she looks like left and right and just kind of does a circle. She's going to take a dagger out and then spin it on the floor if it's a spinnable surface. Or put it on a cup and spin it or something. Yeah, she'll put it on a cup and spin her dagger, in whichever way it points, she's just gonna start walking.
So you spin the dagger, right? And the dagger spins. And spins. And spins.
She just like turns her head and stares at it. Where am I?
30 seconds go by, the dagger's spinning just as fast as when you started it.
Olivia sits down again and she's pondering. Who do I know that wears a green cloak?
Passengers.
Okay. Meanwhile, back in the pocket of shadow, uh, Torvald, Mero Suhana was asking you what your connection to the angels were, given that you have a mark of the feral angel on your forehead.
I was like, if you're willing to listen, I will explain it all.
God, please no.
And she sort of like makes herself comfortable in her throne.
It just happened. That's it. That's all I can. I'm joking.
Right.
Before
I just woke up and it was there.
before you begin speaking, you hear Leviticus speak in your thoughts, and he sort of like wisps forward and says, "Wait, brother. Reveal nothing."
And here's this guy.
Right.
Reveal. He says, "Reveal nothing of thine self to this one." And when he appears, Meryl Suhana sort of like, and all of her teeth sort of snake up as she just sort of like visibly recoils in the presence, and she sort of hisses and says, "A demon."
Oh, so you two hate each other. That's great. No need to do anything to him. All right, let's all go, everyone. This is a waste of time.
So I turned to Leviticus. It's like, what? Do you know each other?
And Leviticus says, "We are not familiar, but this one seeks to deceive and mislead you."
I figured as much, but
And you don't.
is she allied with the Usurper King?
Leviticus says, her agency is her own, but
What
she
the?
is quite dangerous nonetheless, and you and yours are not safe in this place.
That's
So
what I
it's
try to
agreed.
tell everybody.
Although,
Hey, Levi, can you get these three out of here so I can have a personal chat with this woman?
I turn and look at Leonte, just like stare at her.
the demon sort of
Yep.
stares at you as well, Leonte, saying nothing since it only really speaks to Torvald.
I don't
Oh,
say
well.
anything either. Like I kind of just make this a moment of
Uh,
solidarity.
the demon sort of turns and addresses Meryl Suhana, and Torvald, only you really hear what it says. But the demon says, "As a creature of the dark, this pocket is just as much my home as yours, and you are powerless against me, witch." And Meryl Suhana just kind of like says nothing, and is just like kind of glaring at Leviticus here. And Leviticus, sort of turning his horns back to you, Torvald, says, "She means not to let you leave without a terrible sacrifice on your part."
And what will we do about that?
And Leviticus sort of stands there quietly and just sort of like surveys you, Torvald, and he says, "What indeed will you do about that?"
Torvald, can you just get you, Asuga, and Venhold out of here and maybe erase their memories of this place while you're at it?
I turn to Meryl Suhana. It's like, so I was told that I can only leave here without this, without doing a, or by doing a sacrifice. Is that correct?
Uh, Meryl Suhana says, uh, "A sacrifice, more like a trade." And Leviticus says, "It is not your only option, brother.
Then
Uh,
what is my other option?
Thy fate is thy own, but I can ferry you and the others from this place."
Hmm.
Also at his own price.
Can I speak like telepathically to him, or can everybody else hear?
Well, you can speak. From what you've gathered, you can speak to him in thought when he is present, and you can speak aloud to him. And either way, he hears you.
All right.
The
In
only time
thought,
you have
then.
tried where he could not hear you was when you've tried to speak to him in thought without him being there.
Oh, okay. I'll try and speak to him in thought now.
Okay.
Be like, is it possible we can destroy her?
And Leviticus, sort of, there's like a sort of thoughtful pause, and he says, "Possible, but dangerous. I doubt the others would survive."
I see. I'll be paying this witch a visit later, but it's important that we get the others out of here.
And
I am forever in your debt.
he nods, and he says, "Not forever, brother."
Please.
So are you asking him to get you guys out of here?
Yeah, all four of us.
All four of you?
Like,
I
Torvald, Leonte, Asuga, Venhold.
no,
Okay.
I like Torvald. Let me say, I need to ask something to make sure that she stops bugging Olivier. Try to figure out how I could do that. That's all I'm trying
Alright.
to do right now.
Leviticus, do you mind giving us 2 minutes before you take us out of here? I say in thought.
Uh, the Leviticus, like sort of tall and looming, just sort of like slowly nods. And Meryl
Alright.
Suhana, as you guys are kind of looking back at her, you see that one of her eyes is sort of surveying you, and one of her other eyes is just sort of locked on Leviticus.
Okay. Alright, well, Leonte, now's your time.
All right, don't follow me here again. Seriously, I think that's how. Remember when she said she found Mizzou in the ghost town? I think that's how she became evil dark dragon. So I'm pretty sure one of those, and I point behind Marijuana, is her. And that one of those could have been you.
Are you going to tell him that one of those is you?
I think it's implied.
No, I don't know what those are. Those are shadows with eyeballs, dude.
Yeah, I know, but like I said, I'm pretty sure one of those is Olivier, and I'm pretty sure one of those could have been you. I think that was implied that one of those is when I said that one of those is Olivier.
Roll an
Well, I
insight
didn't
check,
make a pack.
Torvald, to see if you would
I didn't make a
pick up on
pack.
that.
Yeah, I didn't make a pack, so one of those I shouldn't be in one.
Oh, you
17.
Well, 17's pretty good, actually. So the
yeah.
implication that Leonte is making is that if these other people have made deals with Meryl Suhana, that she's not saying it, but she is probably one of these as well, but you don't know which one.
I look. I walk up to the to each of these.
As you do so, Meryl Suhana, sort of like not moving from her chair, she's sort of like recoiled in her chair at this point. Is
Like
just
she's
sort of
sitting
like
on the back edge of the seat.
staring down Leviticus here. She's like maintaining her composure, but like very pissed that Leviticus is here.
It's like a giant spider, and you just don't want to have to deal with it. Just sitting up away from.
They are not the same creature, but definitely both inhabitants of the dark. And
What are these right here? I assume I don't. I mean, I know it says Leonte, but I don't know that.
yeah, no, looking down at them, they're three small like humanoid figures, but all three of them are sort of sitting in the same chair together here.
And they're all in different poses.
And they're all
like,
kind of all of them are kind of like squirming in place.
I kind of reach out to touch it.
Okay.
We just can't keep our hands off shit.
Leonte.
Right? It's like that's your
Leonte,
huge flaw. You touch everything.
roll
Stop
me.
that.
Actually, Torvald, roll me a Constitution save.
Curiosity.
12.
12. Torvald, you take 3 necrotic damage. Leonte, you gain 3 temporary HP. As you sort of like brush your fingers through Torvald, you feel almost like the burn of like heat. But looking at your fingers, there's no visible wound. Leonte, were you going to ask something of Meryl Suhana?
Yeah, a few things. And now that I know that she's afraid of Leviticus, I could probably use that me as a player. Knowledge that's now known.
Maybe.
I say you have 1 minute, Leonte.
I'll be back. Don't worry.
No, you say it now.
Fine. I have 1 minute. Second. ...
Only got 4 minutes to save the world.
I have 1 minute, and then I'm booking it. 30. I think your mic's busted again.
So Leonte, you're basically just refusing to say it,
No, I did say it.
or were you going to ask Meryl Suhana something?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Now
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you gonna ask her?
Okay. First, I said I have 1 minute and 30.
Okay,
But I did say I have 1 minute. But and I also said that now that I have Leviticus here, I kind of have a bargaining chip because I know she hates Leviticus with such a burning passion.
so are you gonna try and strike a deal with her right now?
Yeah, but to make sure it happens, I need these three out of here, like now.
So if you like, you can just ask Torvald not to take you back.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Leviticus is, yeah, I'm like, he said I have a minute, and
Oh, so
yeah.
Torvald's not giving you a choice. Torvald, you just want
Pretty-
to pull her out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm letting him speak first before I do.
Yeah, no, I could, like, Torvald, I can get out of here on my own, but Asuka and Venold can't. So, you take them, and
Who
I'll be
says they
right back.
can't?
They can't without any help from either you or her, and I think you are the safest option.
That's a good point.
So you want me to leave you?
I can get back easily.
But why? Why would you make deals with these? You know how dangerous this is. You
Why
know
would you
what I've
make?
been trying to do.
Yeah, and counter question: why would you make a deal with a feral angel?
A feral angel. I came into him by accident when I touched trolls. This is all. This is all me trying to survive. And in the group, this Leviticus is a standing symbol of the group's inability to stay away from dark magic. Do you realize that?
And I stared at him like, so you think I'm not trying to survive here?
You seem to not very be trying. You draw
Neither do
your
you.
own circles, and you come into this realm willingly, make deals with this Meryl Suhana.
I made one deal so far, and that was to try to learn
What is it?
magic
Do you
dark.
want power?
I want to
You
learn
want
dark
power,
magic.
is that it?
I want to learn the dark magic to help get rid of the taint doing you. But I guess you want to keep that taint. So I guess I'm just going to use this dark magic, learn how to cure taint from other people to make sure Olivier doesn't turn into that giant thing again.
She is not going to teach you how to remove taint. She's only going to
That's
teach you how to spread it.
yeah. That's why okay. I'm learning. This is all touch and go right now. And
Learning
without
what?
okay, look, just go. I'll be right back, and I'll explain everything later when these guys have their memories erased. It's very long, it's confusing, and I don't want them to know what's really going on
You
with
don't have the
this.
right.
Plus, I think if she remembers everything, she'll kill me. Which I
Asuka's
don't think it's a good thing.
You can't just use this power like this and not tell us. Do you
You can't.
understand?
You just can't. You can't use blood magic and not tell us. And have us find out that there's a giant thing following you around everywhere. It's sucking your life force. No offense, Leviticus.
Are you sucking my light force? And I look at Leviticus.
Leviticus shakes his head and he says, I am given flesh by thee,
And I
but
turn to Meryl
but
Sawana.
I am no
Do
parasite.
demons? And I turn to Meryl Suhana. Do demons lie?
Meryl Suhana sort of like slowly nods and she says, "Some demons lie."
I turn to Torvald. We don't know if he's that kind of demon or not. So trusting something you summoned by giving up your life is also a bad idea.
Venhold sort of speaks up in the background and he says, "Demon?" And he says, "Dark magic?" And he sort of looks between Leviticus, who he can like barely stand to like lay his eyes upon, and then back at
Okay,
Meryl Suhana, who's definitely not human.
yeah. I turn to Leviticus. Leviticus, I know you hate me and I know you don't want to talk to me because you only talk to Torvald, but can you at least make sure these two don't have any memory of what happened here or of today, just so this whole thing can go? And I turn to Asuka. Asuka, once we get out of here, are you going to kill me if you remember all this?
She says, Asuga, looking at you, says, "We need to figure out what's going on with Ori-chan, but uh, you and I need to have a discussion about this." And she
I'm
sort of,
trying to help. I'm trying to do this to help your Oni-chan. And right now, that inquires you not remembering what happened here because
So
I'm
explain to
like
me.
80. Okay.
Explain to me,
Asuga,
Leonte. How do you think this is going to help? What do you hope that Meru Suhana can provide that can help you remove the corruption that she stands for?
The mastery of this dark magic so I can manipulate it. And manipulation means I can take away as much as I can give. And I'll
This
mostly
is
be doing the
something you
taking
can't
away part.
control.
Oh.
You think that you can control it, but it will manipulate you. There is no manipulating it. This
And I
is
point
something that
at,
spreads unlike any magic you've experienced.
oh, kind of like how Evil Gold. So like Evil had somehow mastered Evil Gold and is now able to summon this, where Trolls could not summon it, and he's dead now.
It's a blessing for me to be able to resist this. You just don't understand. I could
So
be
hold
dead
on,
like
you're
everybody
fully.
else.
So I just want to make sure that you're on the same page as I am. You are happy that you conquered the disease or whatever, the taint or
Happy.
whatever it was. Hold on, let me
I'm
finish.
grateful. I'm grateful that I
That
conquered it.
killed your friend. You are happy, conquered this thing that killed your friend.
You misunderstand my emotions.
That's what it sounds like to me. Now, please, Leviticus, I don't care what it costs him or what I have to do, get you to do this, but get these three out of here and erase those two's memories of this.
He's
Can you
never
do
You
gonna
can't
that,
tell
listen to
please,
you.
Leviticus?
You can't tell Leviticus what to do.
Because I'm pretty sure Marijuana is going to do something if you stay here any longer. And I'm pretty sure you don't want anything bad happening to Torvald. Because he's, I guess, a host for you? And something that happens to the host, something happens to you. Am I right?
Leviticus just says nothing. Venhold is sort of like trembling, and
Look, Venhold's freaking out. At
Venhold
least take care
I
of Ven.
tell
Venhold suddenly
Leonte,
like whimpers as the reality of all this is starting to set in, and Asuga sort of looks over her shoulder and says, "You're out of your depth, boy." And she sort of like flicks her sword, which like slides about like halfway out of its scabbard, and the hilt just catches Venhold squarely in the jaw and knocks him unconscious. And she sort of like reaches out with one hand and like holds him off the ground.
I tell Leviticus like we have to get out of here. Leave Leonte. She can suffer in this darkness herself.
Ay, ay,
Okay.
Damn it.
At this request, Leviticus says, "As you ask, it is done." And Leonte, you watch as with just like a wisp of like dark smoke, Asuga, Vinhold, Torvald, and Leviticus all vanish from sight.
So now that you know now that I know I have a demon and that you hate demons on my side, I can somehow do this. Let's make a deal.
And Meryl,
And I gave her the same toothy grin she gives.
Meryl Sahana looks back at you and she says, "It seems your dynamic with my other students is a lot more complicated than I had understood." And
Yes.
she says, "I wish to know more about this dragon."
And I hold up a finger. I give her the same toothy grin she gives me. First, let's talk terms. I will give you the details of the dragon if you promise to the following terms.
I'm listening.
Dot dot dot.
1. Mazoon can't hurt me or the town of Drift or the town that I set up full of fake. He cannot indirectly hurt us, he cannot send other people to hurt us, and he cannot come in within 100 feet of us.
Meryl Suhana thinks carefully about this.
Because I'm pretty sure you don't want your students killing each other for their own personal gain.
And if I do this for you, what will you do for me?
Tell you all more about this dragon that I know about. But though it's not the end of my terms. Term number 2. The other dragon and the human, the untainted one, erase the memories of this place. As you saw, the human couldn't handle this, and I'm like 86% sure that the dragon that followed me here is going to kill me as soon as I get out.
She
She's kind of
pauses.
brash like that.
She pauses thinking about this, and she says, "You ask much, pupil, for what you have to offer."
For this term, I promise not to have the demon come here.
And her eyes kind of narrow, and she says, "That demon is far beyond you, my dear pupil. I'm afraid
Yeah, but
there's little you can do to prevent that.
I
However,
could drag the human that has the demon following him here with
wait. Did you just offer to bring Torvald back here
as a threat.
as a threat?"
I said I could bring the demon back here by force if I have to, just to frighten her again.
Hmm. Meryl Suhana pauses and she says, "If it is within your ability to bring that one back to this place,
Unless you somehow block your portals from taking anyone else, aside from the person who made the portal.
and she asks you, what would it take for you to simply eliminate him for me?"
Nothing because he's a friend, and even though he doesn't care that I'm doing this, I am doing this to try to help cure him of the taint inside of him. Which I'm sure you can teach me all well enough to get rid of the demon and save my friend at the same time without hurting my friend.
Meryl Suhana says, "I will think on this, and I will call upon you again when
I'm not
I
done.
have formulated terms that I desire.
All
But
right,
for the
term
time,
three. Term 3, get rid of the taint and get rid of your presence in my friend who is the dragon. I'll let you know more about what she is.
and Meryl Suhana sort of shakes her head and she says, "You will have to offer much more than sparse information in order to get all of this from me." She
I know
says,
the Quicksilver is.
"I only deal in uh, complete trades, essentially, complete exchanges. So like, unlike Leviticus, like there have to be like terms stated by either party." And she says, "I will call upon you again, and we will discuss this new information. But in the meantime,
Will you
I have
at least
much to
erase
think
the
about."
memories? Because that human's going to freak out, and that other dragon's going to kill me, and I'm sure you don't want that.
And Meryl Suhana asks you, "Does the dragon know of your phylactery?"
No,
And
And I
Marasuhana
also,
smiles and she says, "Then you have little to be concerned about, my dear undead."
yeah, but at the same time, I feel like she's going to figure out something because I don't think she's going to leave us anytime soon.
And
And then it would hurt my friend who would come back here with his demon, who will probably summon an army of them.
Marasuhana stands to her feet and her door opens. And she says, "You are in no position to threaten or leverage anything against me, pupil. But
Can I at least have the
I
Mizoon?
admire the vigor of thy spirit."
Can you at least have the Mizoon thing kind of rectified though? Because honestly, I'm getting tired of looking over my shoulder just to have him try to shoot me in the back.
And she shakes her head and she says, I cannot deal in the agency of others.
I
Things
mean, it's
must
your
things must be given freely."
all right. I'll bring you Mizoon's corpse. I'll kill your student to make my point. Farewell.
And Meryl sort of thinks about this, and she says, "If you can kill Mazoon, I will reward thee greatly."
Do you hate him? Like, is he a student that's gone off the path?
And she smiles and she says, "I love all of my students, young Drow."
But he's a danger child.
Um, that's just how she is, man. There's nothing wrong with Mazoon. She's just like, "Hey, if you kill him, power to you."
Of course she is. All right. Well, this has been very enlightening, and by that I mean she's just slightly more useful than those fucking furbolgs.
Yeah, Meryl Suhana has a lot of information she needs to process.
Yeah, like,
That was pretty crazy. Do you have anything else you want to ask her?
no, really, I just wanted to like set those terms, like let her know that I know that Mizoon's a student and he needs to back the fuck off. The whole
Okay.
demon thing, and I also try to get I also try to get her to loosen her grip on Olivier. Can you at least, make her not turn into that dragon thing again? Because that was really taxing on my own abilities, and I don't want to have to deal with that again.
And Meryl Suhana, like all of this dragon stuff is news to Meryl Suhana. She says, "It seems I've got much to catch up on."
Just,
Uh,
just loosen your grip. Take away
it's
some, but not
it's
all.
not something she did. She just sort of put the seed there. So meanwhile, back in Drfelder, uh, Torvald, Asuga, and Vinhold all sort of like make their way back to town here. And Leviticus is not there. Okay, and that's gonna put you guys right here. So Torvald, as you guys are walking back, Asuka says, "I don't like this. Olivier is far too mixed up with these dark magics. And so is your little elf friend."
He's not my friend.
As you guys are making your way back to town, you guys kind of get back to the house here. And looking around town and stepping into the house, there's no sign of Vivina, Fritjof, or Olivier.
Great.
Oh god damn it! I just realized where those two were, or where they are.
Torvald, you're sort of looking around. Torvald, you
Yeah.
notice, looking around, that this room down here is sort of like slightly ajar, the door to it.
Alright. I go into the room and look for signs of disappearance.
Looking around the room, there doesn't seem to be too much. Leonte's satchel, the desk, the room is sort of generally neat except for like some clumps of mud on the floor, and there's a silver hand mirror laying on the table.
Take a look at that.
Walking over to the hand mirror, you sort of pick it up and examine it. Make me a charisma save.
Do Van Hole and Asuka see
16.
this?
16?
Yeah.
Torvald. Looking into this mirror, you see sort of like different blurs of color. You see like a sort of like purple, like silk cape, or cloak rather, a swirl of color, and then like a dark green cloak, and then just like blurs of like black, and like a dark blue eye sort of like swims into view. It's definitely not showing a typical reflection. There are many blurs of color in this mirror.
I wave at the eye.
You wave at the eye. The
Yeah,
eye
sure.
just sort of like blinks for a moment before it sort of blurs out of focus, and just another like swirl of color enters the mirror.
I put the mirror back down.
Oh my god, I thought I'm gonna have to save you guys from the mirror by jumping into the mirror.
Okay. So you step out, and looking around the room, there's no sign of anybody.
Oh, wait, is Asuka and Vinhold gone?
Or no, Asuka and Vinhold are there still. I'm sorry.
Oh. Say, can't find the kids anywhere. I guess we'll go ahead and put Vinhold down in this room. But I need to go find the children.
Asuka kind of like walks to the doorway and just like kind of one-handed tosses Vinhold onto the bed over here.
You didn't have to do that, by the way. I think he would have been fine.
And Asuka says, I haven't had much experience with Wilder, but in general it's best to keep your cool. The last thing
Have
you
you-
want to do with one of the Fae is to lose control of your state of mind.
I've seen a lot of Fae. It's just mind-boggling because the one that Leonte serves is completely different from this one. This one's tainted clearly from dark magic. I can't believe he made a deal with it. I understand. I made a deal with this demon, but only out of circumstance to save everybody.
And Asuka sort of shakes her head and she says, I don't know what would cause Ori-chan to walk this path. It doesn't make any sense. She could have anything she wants.
But she chose to be human. She chose... You remember what she chose to be in Boletaria. She chose to be a general of an army. A human. And now that human lust for power has taken her. She wants to destroy the Usurper King. And I think this is the reason. Or I think this is the outcome.
Asuka sort of like shakes her head sadly. She says, her king and country. Ah, what a worthless ambition. It's a shame. She's so much more than all of this. And looking around, she says, we should find her. I left her here
Yes.
in this bed, and she sort of like gestures over here.
She likely wandered somewhere. I think she's fine, but I'm more worried about what will happen with her powers. Let's go find her.
As you
Meanwhile,
guys-
in Mirror World,
as you
I know, right?
guys
Little
are-
do you know.
Olivier, are you doing anything in particular? You're just sort of sitting in the fog?
Well, I was thinking about it. She's also probably kept the knife still going in circles. She probably flipped a coin in the air to see if it'd keep going. I think she's like, since she really doesn't know what the fuck's going on, she's just testing out what she does know.
Mhm.
Like, how does gravity work? This thing still keeps moving. Like, does my lamp emit light? Like,
You
look
sort of
up.
flip
Where
the
have I
coin-
walked?
You flip the coin up, and it just goes much, much, much higher than you intended it to. and kind of very slowly like spins its way back down. It's spinning at full speed, but it's falling very slowly back down to you.
Yeah, I would say she wants to run and do cartwheels and flips too, to be like, wait a minute, does gravity move different?
Oh, here's an idea. Throw something ahead of you and see how far it goes.
Oh, I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, there's sort of like a moonwalky sensation as you like take a running jump, and you just sort of like soar through the fog, but you can't really see anything that far out except for like the ground and a little space around you. You just sort of like leap through the air. It is a thrill. Leonte, as you are returning, where are you?
I move myself up back to the north of town.
Yeah, here you are.
Like move myself off the map, but I move myself back into the map.
As you are making your way
Downtown,
back
walking fast.
back to Driffelder, make me a perception check at advantage.
Alright. Here's my first skill check of the night. That is a 15.
15. Okay, so as you're sort of walking back to town, there's suddenly a like, and there's like a pulse that just like sort of like, you feel like a wave just sort of like sweep over you of like powerful fey magic as it just kind of like sweeps through the woods.
That's either a really, really good thing or a really, really bad thing. Either way, I'm tensing up.
No real sign on where that's come from, but you're sort of making your way back to town when there's like another like, and you just feel like an invisible wave of like powerful magic just sort of like sweep over you.
Can I tell where it's coming from? Closer, is it coming from town or is it coming like?
The direction it's coming from seems to be kind of off in the forest.
I mean, I should get back to everyone and explain myself, but at the same time, I'm curious. Fey magic and strong pulses. I only know a few things that can set off that kind of, impact in this world.
It's up to you. You are making your way back. You're sort of walking through the forest, and you feel two of these like powerful pulses of magic.
You know what? I'm gonna head towards the magic circle that people from the Fey Dark are coming in from, because I would think that's where that would be the most first logical place to look.
Okay, so the gate that you had made. As you head back there, you're sort of looking at the gate and you're looking around, and another one kind of hits you like, and you feel it again, but it's just kind of coming off from like the middle of the woods, like deep in the woods. Nowhere where you've set up any circles or anything like that.
Like close to the Sacred Grove, middle of the woods, or where Alcedon was imprisoned in the tree.
Just out into the woods, like in a random direction you guys have never gone in.
You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna go to the middle of the woods.
Okay.
Like I'm following those energy pulses.
Okay, so you are going to continue following this.
Yeah.
Torvald and Asuka, you guys are sort of looking around town. And Leonte, as you feel these pulses kind of hitting you, you're like making your way through the brush in the woods, and you come upon a tree. And in the roots of this tree is like this dark, like, cavern. The entrance to like just some cave. And even with your ability to see in the dark, there's a sort of like smoky haziness to it.
So my magic darkness vision can't see through
it. It's like it's struggling. It's straining. You can see into it, but there's like a haziness to it.
I reach into my bag and realize I left it in my room.
And you think
which is an unusual character choice for me, apparently. Because don't have all my stuff on me.
You usually keep like your mask and your books in the room.
I mean, I normally keep.
At least you did on ship.
Yeah. I'll give you that one.
You're looking into this pit. you're sort of looking, and you can't really see quite that well into like this darkness here.
But this is where the magic
but
is
it's
coming from.
definitely, now that you're here, whenever you feel the pulse, it sort of like pushes your hair back.
Is it like breathing, or is it like a heartbeat kind of
It's-
pulse?
It's like a heartbeat that whenever the beat happens, like a breath of like wind just like past you.
Alrighty, then, and it's fey, not dark magic.
It's definitely fey magic. There's no confusing this.
All right, I just want to make sure that we're clarifying this.
Whatever
All right,
it is extremely powerful fey magic.
Is it familiar, powerful fey magic?
Just step through the door.
Not that you can tell.
Do it.
No, that's my job, Tosh. You cannot steal my job.
I'm gonna step into the darkness.
Hold on. Can Olivier flip a coin for me?
Oh shoot, I have to grab a coin first, but I have one in my pocket. Yes.
10 minutes later, what does it land on?
Heads.
Yeah, I take a deep breath, and I take a step into the darkness.
Leonte, as you enter the darkness,
Am I home?
you step through, and as soon as you enter the other side, you're suddenly able to see into the cavern. And you feel a rich atmospheric magic just sort of seeping from this place. And you recognize many of the beautiful like sort of funguses and flora from the Feydark, as there's this sort of like soft purplish blue light that's kind of just given off.
Oh my god, this feels so...
And there's another like, and a burst of magic just like past you, sort of brushing your hair back again.
I would like to make an would it be Arcana or like more like nature check for this? See if I can kind of familiarize myself with what this is.
What the magic is?
Well, not the magic or like the thing I'm inside of in general, because this is no ordinary cavern.
This is.
I'm assuming.
This is.
It seems to be almost alive.
It appears to be a cavern, but this is a very strongly reminiscent of the Feydark.
Yeah, and it almost seems to be alive. Is my whole...
As you're sort of like thinking this to yourself, there's another like, and again after a couple seconds, there's a as the magic rushes over you.
Too bad you can't like energize through magic, like photosynthesis, but with magic.
Right?
You'd be super hyper right now
Oh, I would be.
and powerful. Just like, ha ha ha, all the magic in the world.
No, I have to kill things for that rush in a very specific ritualistic way. Alright, well, I guess since... You know, I'm gonna roll Arcana just in case, because I don't know.
Okay.
I know I clicked that button. There it is, 13.
13. Okay. Here's what you can tell. This is powerful Fey magic. This is like Queen Nideliani level magic. But it feels different. It's like the closest thing to it would be to like say like it's a different shade, a different hue of Nideliani's magic. It's like dark blue instead of purple. It's very similar, but a little off.
Is there a
Sister
trail?
magic?
Like, is there a trail leading into it further in?
Yeah, I mean the cavern is fairly large, but it's linear.
All right. As I'm, you know what? I'm going to do the stupid thing, and continue walking forward, picking up some mushrooms and other plants that I see along the way that I could use.
Okay.
Various other things.
You are free to pick up as many of these mushrooms as you like.
Oh yeah.
All of them. Even the ones on the ceiling.
Oh yeah. I cast fly to pick some off the ceiling.
Okay. Go ahead and add dark sponges,
Nice.
5 fly agaric mushrooms, or I'm sorry,
Hold on.
5 fly amanita. Amanita? Amanita.
No, that's right. So
And-
3 Fadark sponges.
And then say 3 3 purple vectors and 4 blue rivers.
All right. And what was that second one? The fly and
Fly amanita.
purple vectors. And you said blue rivers.
Mm-hmm. Or blue morsels. Sorry, we'll say that. Blue morsels. I like that more. Okay. And you're going to follow the cave?
Yeah. Just kind of following it to where it's going deeper and deeper into where the magic is coming from.
Okay. As you're following the cave, you sort of turn a corner and the view opens up. And what you see before you is a large cocoon. And around the base of it, there are small, like, flowers and funguses, like, richly growing. And in the center of the cocoon, you can see a faint shadow. And after a few moments, there's another, like, and, like, the pulse just sort of, like, rushes out from this cocoon and brushes your hair back.
I'm gonna gently. I need to point out. Like I look up Muffin on my shoulder and I reach out and put a hand on the cocoon gently.
As you touch the cocoon, the fibers just sort of like gently like give way beneath your touch, and you can see there is something solid in there.
Okay.
After a few more moments, another.
Oh my god.
Contractions are getting right.
It's an egg.
Contractions are
egg.
getting.
It's an egg.
Yes. Mother Nature's egg.
It's a fey creature egg thing. Oh my god! I need to bring this.
Dragon.
No, dragon. Sorry, that was in character voice. It's not dragon. I know exactly who to bring here.
Giant moth.
Shush you. Okay. You know what? It looks like there's a little nest of flowers and whatnot behind this. Around this.
Well, these mushrooms, all the fungus is definitely like sort of growing in a ring around the base of this.
And you said there's like strange flowers too.
Mm-hmm. There's like cave flora.
I'm going to give this a blessing, or at least the best thing I could do as a blessing. I'm going to cast plant growth, like on the mushrooms and flowers around it.
Oh my god. Why you do this to me?
No, dude, you don't have to. Hunter. I'm just gonna say this right now. You don't have to do it. It's just
Okay.
visual word picture.
Okay.
I'm just making sure in case this thing.
Oh, why you do this to me?
I'm making sure that in case this thing eats the plants when it hatches, that it has plenty to eat from.
Okay. So what happens is like these mushrooms grow thick and rich, and there's like the ring around it grows into you roll me a perception check actually
Ooh boy.
to notice this.
A skill screen. Skill screen. Perception. Here we are. 15.
Leonte, there's something strange about the way this fungus is growing. The first ring around the base of this cocoon, as you cast plant growth, suddenly grows complex, but there's like a design to it, and a second and third and fourth ring appear. And as this is happening, the cocoon sort of like and releases these like sequential pulses of like thick, rich fey magic. Whatever's in this cocoon is very powerful.
Flying spaghetti monster.
The fungus, although you're not completely sure, vaguely resembles overlapping circles.
Like my summoning circle, or like my teleportation circles, almost.
Similar to the circles that you use for the Feydark. Not necessarily the teleportation circles, which have like augmentations to them.
Yeah, but you get where I'm coming from, right?
Right, it's 4 overlapping circles of rich fungus.
You know, I'm going to fly above just to like get a little up top-down view, see if I can spot any like huge patterns
Sure.
in the rings.
Looking from above, it is, without a doubt, from up here, there is an intelligent design to the way this fungus is growing around the base of this cocoon. And the cocoon, in response to your magic, is sort of like it's pulsing more frequently now.
Getting closer.
All right, in that case, I'm going to fly out while I still have this spell active, excited.
Okay. I'm gonna just like kind of turn you, here, and then you zoom away.
Like, I know we've had our differences, but I feel like Asselden needs to see this.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm going to show my new BFF, Emilia.
Amelia. Okay. So,
And you know what? I'll bring Squad along too. I feel sorry for Squad. I'm going to bring him along.
okay.
Did you say Olivier is standing in dirt, by the way? Like, would she be able to draw into it?
There is soil on the ground. Yes.
Okay.
Right, so I'm flying. Like, I've literally been wasting all my slots just to cast Fly over and over to get into town as fast as I can.
Just to zoom back. Okay. So, Torvald and Nasuga, as you guys are sort of like looking around town, Leonte comes excitedly flying back in.
I land in front of.
Say, there she is!
I land in front of Squad and Emilia.
Okay.
It's like, do you guys want to see something amazing?
And
Leonte, what are you doing here?
everyone kind of
Oh,
starts
I found.
at your excited
like-
arrival.
Torvald, do you know where Asselden is? I need to show him something.
Why?
It has nothing to do with that, but has something to do with something amazing.
Can you tell me? Instead of being cryptic?
It's an egg.
An egg. Okay, what kind of egg?
I don't know, but it's not from this plane.
So, where is it from?
It's magic, baby. And I pick up Squat. It's like, tell him to meet me in the middle of the woods. Just follow the magic. And I'm like, come on, Emilia, let's go.
Squat like squirms excitedly, and Amelia sort of looks over at you, and then Amamuyo, and the two moth people sort of like take off flying after Leonte. And Asuga comes walking up. She says, "What was that?"
He's excited about some egg. He wants me to get through it.
She.
Asuga sort of narrows her eyes. She says, "An egg. Oh, what is it now?"
I don't like it. I'm not going to get Asselton, but I'm going to follow them.
No, I specifically need Asselden for this.
Okay, so you guys are all going.
And it's her. Yeah, Torvald, it's her. Get your pronouns straight.
Okay. Okay. Let's make everyone a little bigger, because that's a little too small for this map.
Meanwhile, Olivia is trying to draw the symbol to Meryl Suhana to get out of wherever she is. Be like, I wonder if this will work.
You draw it on the ground, but the eye doesn't blink like it typically does.
Damn it. Merde. Alright, next plan.
I say, Leonte, what is this?
Oh, where's Asselden?
Well, you didn't tell me. I wasn't going to drag him into something that he wasn't prepared for. I'll get him whenever the time is right. What is this?
It's an egg.
This doesn't look like an egg.
Well, it's more of a cocoon than an egg, but it's generally the same thing.
I go up to it and touch it.
As you touch it, the webbing sort of like gently gives beneath your fingertips.
Can I use Gaze of Two Minds on it?
Yes, but what you see is just pitch blackness.
Hmm. Can I speak to it through Gaze of Two Minds?
It's
Forgot.
not gonna know anything. It's a baby.
It doesn't seem to be conscious, but again, Leonte, the pulses are becoming very frequent now.
Yeah, I look at Emilia and Amamuya and just like, I cast plant growth on it and more rings around it showed up, and just look at it. Look at the mushrooms.
It is extremely beautiful.
Think it's gonna be like I'm sorry about asking this, but is it gonna be one of you?
And both of them shake their heads. And like you can tell Leonte, like they don't have any kind of arcane signature like this.
Oh yeah.
Whatever's in this egg is like exceedingly powerful. But the pulses like go and go and go and go and then suddenly stop.
I turn to Volt. Get Asselden. Get Asselden. Get Asselden.
Alright, fine. I'll go get him. But if this is another trick, you and me are going to have a long talk. And I head it back out to Asselin.
Okay.
Olivia's gonna use thaumaturgy and just scream at the top of her lungs, like, "Hello!"
Just echoes, hello, hello.
Hello.
No response.
Is it me you're looking for?
Torvald, you show up and Asselden is here in his hut.
Where's
Asselden.
where's his pet?
He's not here right now.
He's dead
Asselden,
currently.
And Asselden
we have a
says,
situation back in town.
It's not in town, it's deep in the wood.
Oh, in the woods. We have a situation in the woods,
He says,
north of town.
oh, something I can help with.
Possibly. Just come with me.
He says, yes, of course. And he follows after you. Back to the cocoon. Where all the Amiwia and Amamuya are both still waiting.
Those names.
And Squat is sort of jumping up and down excitedly.
I'm making sure Squat's out of the mushroom rings. Like I'm holding him back just so he doesn't step on them.
Torvald, like, exorcist, like, spider climbs up.
Finally! Took you long enough. Look at it!
And he sort of shambles his way up here and he says, oh, a cocoon. Why, it's beautiful.
Can't you feel it though?
You know what
Is the
this
magic
is,
is the magic still done?
The magic's no longer pulsing. But I will say there's like a general, like, whatever is in it is very powerful. And you can just, like, feel it passively at this point.
Yeah, I look at us and can't you feel that?
You feel it, Mr. Krabs?
You're a nature, don't you feel that energy?
Do I
Coming off
feel it,
this
Hunter?
thing?
And
Do I feel the energy from this?
neither of you are able to feel this power. Whatever it is, it's arcane.
Yeah, I look
So
at
they,
Mimi.
they can't feel it the way you can, but Asuga gives a nod and she says, I feel it. Whatever it is, it's something else.
I turn to my three Fae friends like, you guys feel that though, right?
And all three of them, Squat's like jumping up and down like a spaz, and
See, Squat
Amamuyo-
feels it.
Amamuyo says, oh yeah, whatever's in here, it's gonna be big. And
Squat feels it.
Amimuya is kind of resting a hand on the web, and she says, when's it gonna come out? What's gonna happen?
I don't know. It stopped pulsing, so it might be either asleep or it's going to happen soon.
And Asselden sort of like puts his hand against the web, and it just sort of like gives beneath it. He says, I've never seen anything quite like this.
And I hit my head on the floor like, oh, I know what to do. Muffin.
Muffin is currently a spider.
Yeah, and I put Muffin on the cocoon. Like, okay, Muffin, I need you to go in there and let me see through your eyes.
Okay. So Muffin, as a little spider, oops, is going to. Actually, not that. Here we go. Little spider Muffin is going to make its way inside. And to your surprise, Leonte, what you see inside is a small girl in the fetal position.
And I say out loud, so looking in Muffin's eyes, it's a girl.
And then you sort of take a second and you're looking at her. And there's something vaguely familiar about this girl.
Oh no!
And after a few moments, you realize she doesn't look quite like a drow.
Oh
She definitely
no!
still has some of her human features. But what is inside is Avina, with streaks of white in her hair and her skin half darkened. And she's sort of
And
curled
like
up
all
in the
that,
fetal position, and clutched in her hands is the crude obsidian dagger.
Wait, I thought that was destroyed when they threw it at the orc.
yeah,
It was
Check.
destroyed.
it came back. Ooh, spooky. Like all of the light on my face just kind of instantly drains.
Like, Leonte, what do you see?
It's like, we need to open this thing, like soon.
Open it. Like, us open it?
Yeah, but carefully open it. Emilia, you can help out with this, right? Like, help us move the silk and the webbing around
And
carefully.
Are you sure
she
it won't
says,
kill what's inside?
looking at her, Leonte, Avina's body is like fully formed. She's just sort of like wrapped up in this web. And Amiwia sort of like shakes her head and she says, I've never seen anything like this before, but the web seems easy enough to tear open.
Like, you guys could be. I turn to Asuka like, you really be gentle. We need everyone on this thing. Squat, you're gonna be our man on the inside.
If you insist, I don't want to be part of killing this thing, but if you honestly think that we can tear this thing away to free it, then I'm on board.
Like, we need to be gentle when we do it. And I start like
I gently
slowly, pull
start
some of the
pulling
thread.
chunks out, like
Yeah.
burrowing in.
So Torvald, you're sort of burrowing your way up there. And when you reach the shadow, you see that it is in fact Avina.
What?
But she looks very different. Her
Avina.
earlobes are longer, but they're round on the bottom and slightly pointed, not as hard as Leonte's, but slightly pointed at the top.
Avina, can you hear me?
She says nothing.
What is going on? I like try to shake her awake.
She doesn't seem to wake up, but she moves freely as you shake her.
Gaze of two minds.
Okay. Okay. As you gaze of two minds, Avina, here is where you find yourself. Okay. Okay. Torvald, you are standing in this place, which you have been before.
Yeah.
You are surrounded by purple clouds, and beside you is Avina, now like partially drow, and her eyes remain shut, but she turns to face you, and she sort of like seems taken aback. She says, "Torvald, how did you get here?"
I'm looking into your thoughts right now. I am not actually here.
And she says, "My thoughts. Where am I?"
You're in a cave. In Terfelder. You became a cocoon. And you're not human anymore.
She says, "Not human? That can't be. The last thing I was doing, I was. And she's sort of like thinking for a second. And she says, "I was somewhere. I with Fritjof, I think."
What happened to Fritjof?
And he says, or she says, "Fritjof said something about snooping on Leante. He'd never seen what she really looked like. But that's the last thing I remember. I didn't go with him."
Oh.
Pretty off in the
Did
mirror.
you find a cave?
Yeah.
Or a tree stump?
No. No, I don't remember anything like that.
That's where you are. You're in a very magical cave. And you were wrapped in this cocoon when I found you. You're unconscious in the middle of it still. You haven't woken up.
And she says, I've just been here, speaking to her." And she sort
The
of like,
Nadeliani.
she sort of gestures up here. But all you see is like darkness right here.
Oh,
In
she
the
understands Elvish now.
Like the Nadeliani, can you hear him?
And there's a sort of like like a echoing laughter that sort of like whispers through the air. And
I'll
she
take that
says,
as a yes.
"Yes, little human, I hear you well."
Can you explain what happened to Avina?
And she says, "I have revolutionized Fey law." She says, "I cannot abide by threats to those under the protection of the Winter Court. And in order to protect this outpost, which my own eyes have elected to erect, we have created a gate of sorts." And there's like a pause. And she says, "This one here is a merging of our kind. Half drow, half human. An abomination." And she sort of like giggles loudly. She says, "Truly an awful, ugly, beautiful thing."
Oh, jeez.
I'm half, thank you very much. Miss
I look
Nadeliani.
back at Avina, I'm like, you can understand everything she's saying to you.
And Avina says, yes. She's just been telling me things.
Has she told you that you're now half drow and half human?
And Avina, she nods and she says, she's been saying strange things, but they don't make any sense to me. She says I'm asleep.
You are. I don't know how you're going to wake up.
Well, I'm not asleep. You're here with me now.
This is your dream. You're not awake. I am hovering over you right now, very awake.
And Avina kind of shakes her head and she's like, well, that can't be right. I don't understand. And she looks up at Nedeliani, who she can see, and down at you, Torvald, or back over at you, and she says, "This is all a dream? None of
No,
this is real?"
she is real. The fact that you're dreaming about this is because she has taken part in your transformation. And you've also been here before. Am I correct?
And Avina nods and she says, "I have been to this place. It was long ago, like a dream, like this." You see her kind of furrow her eyebrows, Torvald, but the entire time she's been talking to you, her eyes have remained closed.
Hmm. I turn back to Viliani and say, I'd much rather her be influenced by this magic than the dark magic that seeks to infect our world.
She says, "Ha! Of course. Fey magic is superior. However, I do ask this of you, Thrall. Protect her. Keep her safe."
I will always protect her. She is like a daughter to me.
She's a daughter to me, too.
Ooh.
Does that make you my wife? I'd say jokingly.
Doing all those jokes.
There's like a chittering laughter that sort of echoes around. And she says, "Maybe someday, little human. But not likely anytime soon."
You'll find out that I'm not so little. Ha ha ha! I'm just kidding.
Torvald, oh my god, stop flirting with my mom. God.
But
That
yeah,
moment when the party rangers are flirting with your patron, like, ew.
Stop.
Ew.
Um, Nedeliani continues and says, "This girl, Avina, is the first human to belong to a Fey court. A great honor, and one my eyes can likely inform you of. That being said, she'll likely face some, well, opposition, as the Fae don't take terribly kindly to, well, ambitious newcomers such as herself."
They seem to like me just fine.
I will protect her with everything.
Good. Perhaps I'll reward you someday.
Perhaps.
Is there anything else you really want to say to them?
Not really. No. Oh wait.
Shit.
Okay, I say, what do you know about dark angels or
Okay.
dark witches?
Shit.
Okay. Interesting. And she says, "Angels? Where did you hear such a thing, human? What do you know of angels?"
And in comes everyone's
Right.
favorite
It's,
demon.
I'm not gonna have Leviticus come out here.
It doesn't matter what
I
you
ran
want.
into- I had a friend a while back who was infected by a taint. I don't know if you recognize this taint, but it was what we discovered in Yordagar and other places. It infected him, and when I tried to remove it, it seemed like he was long gone. But I encountered an angel called Evil Gug in his thoughts.
Evil Gug. There's a pause, and she says, I see. You do indeed bear the mark of Evil Gug.
I am no enemy. I only wish to rid the world of this taint, and it seems that it's only clung on to me.
And she says, very well. I will share with you my admittedly meager knowledge of the angels. One sec.
So hold on. I just wanted to make something clear to everyone. When Torvald was confronting Leonte about using dark magic, and she was saying she's learning it better to understand it better to help get rid of it. But that's what Torvald is. You just said Torvald is doing with the whole angel magic, and that's totally hypocritical.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, and
Deliani
Torvald.
doesn't do like the. She's different though. Different.
Yeah, I
I
know,
don't know.
but no. Torvald's saying he himself got tainted, and now he's trying to get rid of his own taint and all the taint of evil gug around in the world. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's trying to understand the dark magic in order to get rid of it. That's exactly what Leonte said she's doing, and Torvald's giving her
Yeah, but
crap about it.
you're tapping the source of it, and you're tapping somebody. You're essentially negotiating with somebody who's capable of spreading it all the same. Like Leviticus isn't even capable, but Leviticus was just a dumb accident made by the player, as opposed to something that Torvald intentionally would have done. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't really think lighting all those torches would have fucking done that shit. Like, you know.
Okay, but at the same time, though, she has explicitly stated that she is she's trying to understand the dark magic in order to master it, in order to get rid of it. That is exactly what Torvald is doing.
I don't know. I see a difference. You made a pact with this woman.
And she
Like,
knows, no, and here's the thing. She knows I'm trying to rid the world of this dark magic, and she still accepted my deal.
Okay, alright, we can continue this in a bit. Going on, Deliani tells you, as far as I know, there are 17 angels. And as she tells you the names, she conjures up an image of each one. The first is Armoros, the angel of undoing and madness. And this is what she looks like here. Ooh, gotta get these watermarks out of here.
what is anglarium.net?
Says, you don't need to worry about that. The next is Matariel, angel of rain and serenity.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I like that fucking concept.
Ooh, nice watermark.
He's got like a
Yeah, I think these are actually all gonna have them because I wasn't
he's got
expecting this to come up
he's
yet.
got a faucet for a face. He's cool.
The third is Asbiel, angel of ruin and passing.
Oh, kind of has like a plague doctor mask thing going on.
Like that.
Or is it a
definitely
raven?
is.
Yeah, like a
He's
raven
more
head.
than- he's pretty
Nevermore.
good at making gods. Holy shit.
The fourth, the Rahab, Rahab, angel of the deep
Sun
and
god?
undisturbed.
Oh.
Whoa, I just crashed. Hang on one sec.
Yeah, the two part.
Why are you loading in all these high-res images?
Because they
Whoa,
look
buddy.
cool.
Yeah. Whoa, buddy. I noticed you were loading some high-res images. Do you need some help with that?
Yeah, so she shows you a Rahab, angel of the deep and undisturbed.
Is it an aboleth? Nope. It's just a fisherman.
Oh, that's wow. Holy shit. That reminds me of what's his name? Can't think of it.
Aquaman with a hook.
The 5th, Azrael, Angel of Judgment
Hi.
and Retribution.
I thought he was the angel of hopes and dreams.
Satan? Lucifer?
That reminds me of that a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I can't remember the name of it. But there's one that looks like it.
Hold on, I thought Azrael was the god of hyperdeath.
Nope. And the 6th is Raziel, Angels of Mystery and Unknowing. And this is actually really convenient because I can put these all in your journal entries after this. Here, I'll blow them up a little bit for you guys.
Wow!
The 7th is Estibus, Angel of Divination and Wisdom.
Oh, that one's the best so far.
Ah! I can't.
And I am pulling them up on this, so it'll be a little better in the recording. The 8th is Sahakiel, Angel of the Sky and Transcendence.
Damn, these are some really good fucking pictures. Like, whoever made these, I have to give mad props to.
Yeah, this is awesome artwork. The 9th is Gadriel, Angel of Conflict and Contest. The 10th is Sathariel, Angel of Deception and Illusion. And again, with each of these, she's sort of like giving you a window.
It's like smoking a big doobie. and
Right.
doobie becomes her
Damn it, Hunter, your high
Time
res
from the
images
chest.
have crashed.
Sorry. Let's see. The 11th is Hazmed, Angel of Study and Expertise.
Did she go over those twin angel thing yet?
Nope, he did not ask about those.
No, I was talking about you. Did you
Oh, but
show
now I
those?
am. But yeah, okay.
You remember those two girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
I'll end up
12th
remembering them.
is Shelegiel, Angel of Snow and Frivolity.
The snowball pie. Through.
Ibelgug is the 13th angel, the angel of ferality and instinct.
That is him. Looking
That's the man who
grander than
cursed
ever.
my dick.
Indeed, you know this one well. A
That's the
terror amongst the angels.
He's quite handsy, if you ask me. Or whatever the equivalent is to tentacles.
14th is Semikiel, Angel of Vengeance and Consequence.
I like that they have no face. And it's like a dream catcher head.
The 15th is Israfel, Angel of Song and Memory.
That's it. I've met him. Or her. I've met her.
It them, shekel.
Have you? Israfel was always a strange one.
It was a long time ago.
She does interact with humans from time to time, as far as I know. The 16th is Zachriel, Angel of Elucidation and Meaning.
I'm sorry, did you say memeing?
Meaning. And lastly,
Who sneezes in?
at least as far as my knowledge stretches, is Kokabiel, Angel of the Stars and Dreams. In exchange for this information, you will protect this girl and her material body.
I agree. I will protect her, like I always have.
Then we won't have a problem. She says, oh, and do stop by if you're ever in the Feydark.
I will. You intrigue me. Ever since I started practicing nature magic, I've always wondered about the Fae, about the language you speak in your cultures.
And she says, ha! You intrigue me, human. That you would be fascinated with us. She says, until recently we thought of you as barbaric vermin and nothing more. You have
We
my
do
eyes
like
to
all
thank
other
for
creatures. we do like all other creatures. We try to survive.
that. And she smiles and she said, but not you. You've done far more than simply try to survive. And so has this one. And she sort of turns, although I guess you can't really see her face, but Avina sees her like turn back and look at her again. She says, my little knightess of dreams.
Oh my god.
When
Hunter, you didn't.
when will she awake?
And she turns back and she says, she will never awake, for she exists in the realm of dreams exclusively. She says, dreams are the closest thing that man can achieve to the Feydark, and thus her body is now being used as a conduit to keep open
Oh,
the gate.
so is she a potato? Like is she
Oh,
is she disabled like completely on the
You
really?
don't know. You don't know.
Oh
Hunter.
no!
Hunter, how dare you?
Now, to clarify, she has not been given the title of Winter Knight.
Okay, that was my first oh no, but then as you went on, I'm like, oh, that's even worse, actually.
No. Nedeliani explains to Torvald that
Oh, man.
Avina has been elected as the first human to be a part of the Fey Court, and has therefore become the first and only half-elf. She is half drow, and she exists as a dreamer.
Oh my god.
You sick bastard.
So she's
She's a potato.
never going. Yeah.
She
And,
is the cocoon.
Avina like turns back and looks at you, Torvald, and she says, I exist as a dreamer. What does that mean?
You.
We're gonna give you up. Then we're gonna let you down.
I don't think you can wake up.
And Avina sort of looks around and she says, well, I feel awake. But both of you keep saying I'm asleep.
I have to go.
As you say this, you hear the chittering laughter of Nedeliani as she sort of cackles and says, well, come back soon, human. And with
I
that,
just
you are
bow
kind of like
and leave.
shunted out of there. Bringing you back to the outside of the cocoon.
I'm still trying to get inside, like not knowing what's going on.
You're kind of like weaseling your way around. Damn, Olivier, I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't expecting you to get stuck in the mirror, but you've kind of been like out of commission the entire session
it's
up
alright.
until this point.
Oh, we're gonna have to go on a mirror adventure soon, aren't we?
I wasn't expecting her to pick it up and look at it.
Hunter, when will you realize this is a party full of people who love shiny things?
They do love shiny things. So Torvald, you have Avina's asleep body which is sort of curled in the fetal position and sort of holding the crude obsidian dagger with the four-tailed scorpion encased in amber on the hilt. And she's just sort of like unconscious and sleeping gently.
I pick her up.
You pick her up, and as you sort of move her out of the webbing, there's like a slight tug at first. And as you're kind of pulling, a small tear appears in her wake.
Like tear? Like what kind of tear? Oh.
So as you remove her from this tear
No,
sort of
no, 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 no,
spreads
no, 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 no.
larger and larger. And Muffin sort of scrambles off the web and hops onto your shoulder, Leonte. As Torvald and Avina, Torvald, you sort of like take Avina in your arms and y'all scoot back. And this sort
Question.
of rift tears wider and wider.
Yeah, question. What do I feel? What do us of the Fae feel at this point?
As this rift tears open, there's a rich wave of magic that just sort of like
I look at Torvald like, what'd you do?
Covers all of you. And as this happens, as the magic sort of sweeps across the ground, all of the soil, the fungus, all the plant life in the vicinity, and the surrounding environment all turns to glass.
Put her back. Put her back, put her back, put her back.
Torvald, Leonte, Asuka, everyone that is present, all of your gold turns to platinum. And you are all
What?
You are all for the next 24 hours unearthly beautiful.
Oh god. Torvald has anime eyes.
You are all unearthly beautiful, and you have advantage on any charisma checks you make for the next 24 hours.
But me, knowing how this is not a good thing, I told Torvald put her back.
Why? I have to protect her.
Random magic things! This is not natural! Put her back!
Leonte, this is the first time you have seen since leaving home a gate to the Feydark. But that is unmistakably what this is. And it just sort of like ripples and just sort of like cackles occasionally, little bolts here and there.
So you're saying I have an out?
I'm saying that this gate right here is a gate to the Feydark.
Torvald? I'm not exactly sure what's going on or what happened, but it looks like removing her did this.
Move to Leonte. Say, your angel, Nadeliani.
My queen, go on.
Wait, what?
My queen, not angel, go on.
Oh. Your queen, Nadeliani, tasked me with protecting her. This is Avina, for sure.
Yeah.
And Asselden kind of looking at her says, Avina, you know her.
Yes, she was a little girl that was here in the town.
And Asuka's kind of peering at her and she says, I do remember this one.
She was made into a half-elf by the queen. She
Did
is
she say anything
half-drow.
else? Did she say anything else?
No, she didn't say anything else. She just said she was a half-drow elf, and that she made her a part of the summer court. She would be the very first
Winter.
human.
Summer court's a full of jerks.
Oh yeah, winter court. That's all I know.
She's a part of the
This is
court?
first. And she's also half of you. She's half elf, half drow.
Okay, so Torvald, listen. Every member in the Winter Court has a specific role or duty. I'm part of the Winter Court. It's my job to kind of travel around and see this world to gather new experiences from the outside of the Feydark, to bring them back and tell stories. That's my thing. What?
She can't wake up. She has to be dreaming forever.
She got question. Would I know about that title specifically, like like a Night of the Dreams or something like that, Hunter?
Roll me a history check at advantage.
All right. And that is a 5.
A 5. There was a Night of Dreams long, long ago. Something happened to him, but you don't quite remember what that was.
If there was a role like way back when, I don't think it's been filled recently, but if she has that role, then I don't think it's wise to move her.
I'm not moving her. I'm making this more of a home for her. And
Can you at least
lay her? I lay her
Yeah,
down.
And I
What?
stare at I stare back at the rift like, do you not see the giant door dimension hole thingy?
Yes, I do. But she's not leaving this area. If the queen wants her, she can have her. She's staying here.
Okay, but let me put it like this. Dreams are wild and unpredictable and crazy. No one knows what happened to the last Night of Dreams, and if she's been given the role of Night of Dreams, then we don't know what could happen if she's moved from the spot where she was in the cocoon.
Alright. I see what you mean. I kind of move towards the gate with Avina.
Okay. Okay. Um, moving her closer and away from the gate doesn't seem to have any change. Like, nothing changes, per se. She's unconscious, and in one piece. But, after removing her from the webbing, and the gate sort of, like, being torn open in the process, there's no real way to, like, put her back into this web.
I tried Leonte, but it seems this thing is here to stay.
Yeah, and in doing so, you'll probably just... Because portals work both ways. And there are some really dangerous things in the Fate arc. Things that don't even apply, things that don't even listen to the Winter Court. And if one of those things finds her...
So I can't leave her here then.
I mean, you kind of have to, but at the same time, that's going to stay... You know what? I have an idea.
Torvald,
Has-
Nadeliani did mention that she had opened this gate in order to better protect the island.
Oh. I guess I should tell him that.
Yeah.
Deliani did mention that this gate was supposed to be here to protect the island.
I turned to Squat. Squat? Are you a brave little guy?
His tail sort of like flaps.
I know you can talk, Squat. Talk.
Talk. Squat just sort of like makes this like peeping sound at you.
Squat? Do you want to go back home? Even just for like 2 seconds?
Squat like shakes its head. Are you going to punt Squat into the portal?
No, I'm not gonna find. You know what?
Okay.
Better idea.
Okay. just
Better
making
idea.
sure.
I mean, I would. I'm a demigod. I do what I want, but you know what? Better idea. I look at Muffin. All right, Muffin. Just let me see through your eyes, and I hold Muffin up to the portal.
Okay. You are putting Muffin into the portal?
Yeah.
Okay. And Olivia, I promise we will get to you soon.
It's a
Sorry.
portal within a portal.
Within another portal, right?
Muffin appears on a road There is like a mountain off in the distance, and up on this tree is a skeleton of a vulture that would have had 6 eyes. And the skeleton looks down at Muffin and says, "Why have you come?"
And I speak in my voice through Muffin to test a theory. And I say, I am Leonte of the Winter Court.
And the vulture just sort of like watches. The vulture watches and says, "Welcome, Leonte of the Winter Court."
Muffin turns around. Is the portal still behind me? Or behind Muffin?
No, the portal is not behind Muffin.
Oh, that kind of confirms that theory.
In fact, as far as you can see, the path just continues down into the Feydark Forest.
I look up at the vulture. Is there a portal here? And I'm speaking in Elvish. Is it the portal hidden?
The vulture nods and says, "The vultures." I'm sorry. The vulture says, "The way out is for those who are intended to be here only."
So the reason is I can't see it is because I'm supposed to be here.
The reason you can't see it is because you're not supposed to be here.
Shit. See, that's why I sent a familiar, because I could always just summon it back.
That's true. Are you gonna summon Muffin?
I'm going to resummon Muffin.
Alright. There's like a shoo, and Muffin just sort of vanishes and reappears back outside the cocoon.
Well, good news, bad news. Good news, it does in fact lead to the Feydark. Bad news, it looks like if you don't belong there, you're stuck. So I'm glad it didn't send you, Squat. You're a good little coward, and I pat Squat on the head gently.
And just like fluffs,
Jen-
fluffs and quickly wags its tail.
Like, I love how Squat had a voice, but now he's just not talking.
Squad does not want to talk to you.
I hand Squat some.
It's like he likes that you're being nice, but he's still kind of scared of you.
Is it a
All
god
right.
complex that he is the reason why he's not talking?
Could be.
Because I got kicked in the face complex.
I
Yeah.
lay Avina down at the base of this gate.
Okay. You lay her
And,
body at the base of the gate.
Yeah. And I cast like vines like everywhere. Like I just start growing vines rapidly. I'm trying to make this a grove essentially.
You're gonna make this a grove?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. It will probably take you a little while if you want to like full on convert this to a grove, but Asselden will
Yeah.
help you.
All right.
You know, a thought occurs.
What's that?
Where's Fritjof? Those two are inseparable, right?
You know,
Fryoff wanted to
come
stalk you.
come to think of it, you haven't seen Fritjof all day, and neither have you, Torvald.
Yeah.
Are you growing vines like over her body? Are you leaving her body here?
No, I'm making like a cradle for her body essentially.
Okay.
Think Seven Deadly Sins, what happened with Elaine. Have you seen that anime? Like, she's just resting in a bunch of vines. And
I'm actually watching that now. The third, whatever, last season that just came out.
yeah. Like, whenever they show Elaine, she's like in those vines in the Tree of Life.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Great Berry
All the
King's
flowers.
Tree. Yeah, I think that would be a good example of what's happening.
Yeah.
He's making like a little bed out of vines and plants.
Okay. I'll do that for the time being.
All right.
Okay, so
So-
while Torvald and Asselden are doing this,
There needs to be a way to protect this place from outside influences that can sense fate. That can sense this kind of magic.
well,
Not just like stuff on this side of this portal.
there is extremely powerful magic like seeping out of this portal, no doubt. There
Oh, yeah.
definitely seems to be some sort of security as far as getting in, which is what Muffin just experienced for you.
No, but I meant stuff on this side of the portal. Zoom.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
I know I'm gonna hate this, but I'm gonna have to ask those tree kids.
Okay. So you're gonna head back.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back
Okay.
town.
So-
Like, Emilio, Momio, what? You want to head back with me?
And they're
I
like,
need friends. They're-
Amelia says, I'm gonna stay behind and sort of like see what's going on here. And she sort of like flitters up onto the wall over here where she gets comfortable and just sort of watches. And Amamuyo sort of just like picks up squat and says, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I just start walking back to town.
Okay. Leonte, as you step outside, you see that over the entire island of Drfelder now, there is like this sort of like deep purple dome.
Oh, I mean that helps, but at the same time, I feel like that's obvious unless the whole island's invisible on the outside.
Well, it's Queen Nadeliani protecting the island.
So Nadelion just essentially put this island into a pocket dimension.
You're not too sure what the situation is, but
But,
Nadeliani seems to be worried about security of the island.
Oh yeah, definitely because Mizoon. So
It
yeah.
might have something to do with the fact that a dragon just rampaged right outside their vacation home.
Oh, well, the dragon was inside the town, but we don't need to go into semantics.
So as you make your way back to the kids, you find the three children still sort of standing in place, their arms stretched up towards the sky, dark magic smoking off of them. And something strikes you as slightly off about these three kids.
Yeah. Enric, Amy, Hugo, and I clap. Try to get their attention.
There's no response, but each of them is about a head taller than you are now.
I turn to the furbolgs in the fields. It's like, have they even moved from this spot at all?
And he sort of like looks up and he's like, huh? What? Oh, them? I don't know. I haven't really been watching.
It's been a day.
And he says, well, I have lots of farming to do, you see. I'm a farmer
Yeah,
by
like-
trade.
I just gonna stop him right there.
Around here with simple folk, we don't know
I'm
nothing about
gonna
that.
stop him right there. I'm gonna point up at the sky.
And he sort of stands up and he like wipes his forehead and he says, wow, would you look at that? I thought something was a little different.
Wait, what did I miss? What are they doing?
Oh, the furbolgs are just being useless as usual.
The Furbolg has just noticed that there's like a magical dome over the sky. And these three kids are like a head taller than Leonte is, but all of them are still sort of like arms stretched towards the sky, not really saying anything, not responding.
Alright. I command you to listen. I need your kids' help.
Just silence. They all seem like preoccupied or just unable to hear you. You can't tell which because they're not responding in the slightest.
I shake Enric.
Enric sort of like sways, the leaves sort of like nestling. No response.
I look at the furbolgs all around like, can you guys help me with something? And you know what? I have a better idea. I look towards the guy in all that armor with the antlers. Just go like, "Hey, Nadeliani has a task for you."
Okay, so you're walking into town.
I'm walking in the town, and
Okay.
I'm going like I'm not going to get in his bubble, but I'm going to go to the guy and just goes like, "I can use me and Nadeliani. Nadeliani and I can use your help."
He's just sort of like silently sitting there. Antlers like turned to face you.
And I say, "The night of dreams has returned, and we need to protect the night.
Utter silence.
Can you at least give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying?"
Utter silence. It's
One of your
watching you.
antlers, yeah. One of your, I point out, I point on his head. One of your antlers is crooked.
Dot dot dot.
You shoot
Looking-
your boots
looking
untied.
around town, you're like, damn, I don't see Freeoff anywhere.
Yeah, your boots untied.
Stares straight at you.
A bird pooped on your shoulder.
No response.
I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna get this guy. All right.
He's definitely not alive, Leon.
Oh yeah, I
Putting
know,
that
but
out there. Okay. Just so
I
we're
cast
clear.
I cast resurrection on him. No, I don't have that. All right, so I'll go back to the Frobogs. Like, is it possible you guys can help move these kids?
Are you going to the furbolgs that are like repairing the hole in the house, or
No, the Furbolgs that are tending the fields right now. The simple farmer folk.
at the furbolg? The two of you sort of walk over to the kids, and he's like looking down at the ground, and he kind of like strokes his beard for a moment. He says, Well, it looks like they're rooted in place. I don't know if there's much I can do about that."
Can you dig around them to loosen up the earth around the roots? And maybe... Okay, first I need to ask. Can you sense the strong magic coming from the woods?
And he sort of scratches his head and he says, "Well, I think I felt something earlier."
Like a gust of winds coming at regular paces?
And he just stares at you blankly and he says, "Well, I feel the breeze all the time, so I don't really notice the occasional gust of wind. But, you know, I do get quite busy with my farm work, and, well, you know,
Alright.
we're farmers here, and..."
Okay, Night of Dreams is back, blah blah blah.
He sort of rubs his red nose, and he says, "It looks like these kids are really rooted into the ground there."
And their roots are going to steal nutrients and water from the plants you are obviously farming in this area. That's bad, right?
And he like looks at you, and then he like looks at the tree over here and like the trees over here, and he's like, "Well, you know, we're
Because they're
furbolgs."
They're magic trees, and they'll steal the nutrients because they're magic, and they want all the nutrients for themselves.
And he holds up a hand and he says, "Oh, no. Let me tell you, it's because we have this natural magic, you see." And he sort of like makes a little vine grow up out of the ground, and he says,
I'm like,
"We're
oh,
farmers, you understand. We work very closely with the earth here." And he looks at these kids and he's like, "I don't know if we should move these kids."
like I want to hate them so much, but I can't stop from laughing. I do hate them a lot, but I just can't stop laughing at these guys. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. All right. Like I'm. All right. Look, if you can move them to the force of magic, if you can somehow move these kids closer to the magic to check the, and that's great. If not, oh well. I'm going to go look for this other kid. That's good. Actually, have you seen that human boy running around anywhere?
And he sort of scratches his head and he says,
No, you haven't. You've been farming. Let me guess. Is that right?
He says, "Well, we work very hard. You see,
I walk away mid sentence. Like I'm already gone.
it's rude."
He'll-
Okay, so where are you going?
I'm going to check the place where we were staying, see if I find any clues, because apparently Torvald did not see it fit to say that Fritjof was, going to spy on my shit.
Okay. Okay, I guess.
So I'm going to check in his room.
Torvald had an information dump to deal with, so
Yeah.
it may have slipped his mind. But
I'm
walking back into the house, you sort of like come in and you look around, and the first thing that catches your attention is that the door to your room is ajar, which
No one closed it.
you never.
No
well,
one-
Like you always lock your door, Leonte, because like that's
Yeah.
your shit, and you don't want people getting in there.
Yeah, I go in there. And do I notice that the mirror's out?
You like throw the door open, like pissed off, and you looking around.
First thing you notice is the mud.
The first thing you notice, yeah, is the
Right.
clumps of mud on the floor, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, it's not like spick and span in here.
I'm cleaning that up. Prestidigitation. Screw you guys.
There are clumps of mud on the ground next to your bag, which seems like slightly out of place, which you kind of frown at. And then looking over at the table, you see the silver hand mirror sitting on the table, which is not where you had left it.
Ooh,
You had left it in your bag.
I put a glove on and pick it up.
Picking up the hand mirror, you look into it, and you see like swirls of black and blue like before. But then a sort of dark green cloak sort of swirls into view, as well as like a gray like metal sheen sort of passes through briefly as well.
Fritjof was a member of the Fasteners who had green cloaks, as we all remember.
That's true. Are you thinking this out loud?
No, I'm not thinking this out loud. I'm thinking this in my head. And a kind of metallic gray sheen. The only thing metallic and gray that kind of gives us a nice polish like that, aside from my rapier, is a fucking arm.
Yeah,
Or
well, you know, the metallic gray sheen, I would add, has a distinct, like, shiny black, like, that chitin sheen that I remember telling Torvald the color of chitin is pretty unique to Hercules beetle because it sort of swirls with color.
Did you say the color of kitten?
Chitin.
Oh,
Chitin.
Okay, sorry. I thought I was imagining a little furry creature.
Yeah.
That's
like
that's
what
my.
a
But
cute
the
color.
only place you've ever seen that particular swirl of color would have been Olivier's arm or Torvald's spear.
The Deli Ani fucking damn it. Like, okay. I go, damn it, Fritjof and Olivier. When will they learn not to touch my things?
Curiosity,
name-
man.
Saying their names
Wait.
doesn't do
You
anything?
you say Fritjof and Olivier out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you say Fritjof, the hand mirror suddenly like swirls and Fritjof suddenly like his eyes kind of go wide and he's like, huh? And you see him kind of like press his face up against the glass. And he says, Lily, get me out of here.
One, I don't know how. Two, you probably deserve this, you little snoop. Stay out of my fucking stuff.
And he says, I'm sorry, just get me out.
Three, you will never see your girlfriend again.
Whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
Ariel says, what are you talking about?
She's one of us now. She just says she has no interest in human. She's an elf now.
Make me a persuasion roll to break his heart.
Oh, poor
God
Freddy.
damn.
Oh.
Fucking savage. 16.
16. It hurts. Cuts him deep, Leonte.
Plus,
He's
she'll never wait.
definitely in there, and you're not quite
Yeah.
sure how to get him out.
Plus, I'm not sure she'll ever wake up again. Is part of the Fae Court now. So, there's that. Unless you want to be that creep who, does sleeping people. That's all on you, but that still makes you a creep.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
Fritjof is stuck in there.
And I say Olivier, like...
As you say Olivier's name, Olivier, as you're watching, a space in the fog suddenly opens up, and you see Leonte's face sort of looking in surprise at you into the mirror.
Surprise and anger.
And anger. And, Leonte, you see Olivier kind of surprised, looking back at you. And behind her and Fritjof was just a vast empty fog.
Did you track Mud into my room?
No, that was already there, but I did go through your things.
Don't. That's my stuff. How would you like it if I went through your arm while you're asleep or away?
Good luck getting into it.
I have magic. I can find a way.
She shrugs, and I'm stuck in this weird world that does not seem to go anywhere or end, and...
Why is it that you guys always seem to want to touch magical things without understanding what magical things... Both of you and...
To be fair, I did not know it's magical, it just looked pretty, I just wanted to look at it.
When have I ever owned something that wasn't magic?
She ponders in thought, thinking of a time. Cotton candy.
I bought that. That doesn't count.
She shrugs again. And she's throwing a coin, I guess, at this point to see how far it goes. Or throws it at Leonte, I guess, maybe. Kind of be like, is it a portal? Can I go through?
Yeah, the good question is she throws the coin on my face. What happens?
It just right through. As if the vision itself was just made of fog.
I tried tapping the glass.
So how come you do not get stuck
as you're tapping on the glass, Olivier, you hear from the vast space around you a thunderous
loud enough to cover your ears? Or
it's like thunder. It's not the crack of thunder per se, but
okay.
It's definitely something tapping on glass.
Leonte, that was loud. What did you stop? At it?
I think I could...
How come you are not being sucked in here?
I'm wearing gloves.
What, so touching it just automatically pulls you in?
I think it's skin-on-skin contact. I'm wearing gloves because it's silver. Silver hurts a lot.
Where did you get this mirror again?
I'm going to get back to that. I need to scold Fritjof a little more. And as soon as I say Fritjof, it's back over to him.
Yeah, the window.
You little
shit,
shit!
Olivier.
You little shit! You tracked Mud in my room. How dare you?
He says, "Look, I'm sorry. Just get me out of here."
No. Not
I've
until
been here all day. I'm bored.
Not until you apologize for going through my things and say you won't do it.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Olivia's been tinkering and just laying down.
Also,
whatever.
Also,
go ahead and
say
roll
your little...
a tinkering check, because you've definitely gotten your long rest in.
Also, say you're a little shithead. I'm being extremely petty at this.
Just kind of mumble.
Louder.
Oh.
Louder so the other people in the mirror can...
20.
And he says, "Look, I'm a little shithead, alright? Get me out of here!"
I'll try
Olivia,
to think.
are
I'll
you
try to look up a way to
working
do
on
it.
your robe?
Yeah, I was working on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am gonna overhaul what that robe does, but let me see. I believe with that. Let me see. Yes.
I think I had at least 2 successes on it.
Yes. With that, you have built your robe. So you
Yay.
now have a robe of useful items.
Is one of those useful items a way to get out of this mirror?
Right.
I'm gonna rewrite what those useful items are to make a little more sense and probably to be a little more useful.
All right.
But you
Okay,
now
I'm
have
gonna
that at
put
least.
Yay.
put the mirror back down, face up, so the mirror part is facing up, not facing down on the. Because that's just rude.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk to Olivier again. Bye, Fritya.
Yeah, as soon as you say Olivier, he's like, wait, and it like gets cut off.
Okay, I'm
And
back.
the
I had to
window
yell at him.
opens up again, Olivier.
I had to yell at the other guy for tracking mud in my room.
What's up there, guy?
Uh,
Oh, you said Fritjof? Is he in this mirror too?
He's the one that tracked mud in my room, and I'm going to let him. I'm going to let him on. I'm putting him on timeout. Anyways, sending you down on the table. Can you still hear me? And I step away from the mirror.
Can she?
Yeah.
Oui.
All right, good. I'm going to try something, and I pull out my Arcanist tools.
Okay.
I put on my witch hat.
Okay.
All right. Next cracked, and do I need to roll a thing like Arcana check or something
Sure.
to try to figure out a way to do this?
Roll me an Arcanist tools check.
Alright, cool. Here it is. Jeez, int. 7.
A 7. Okay.
These are not my charisma checks.
Okay. So as you're working on this, every time you're sort of touching the mirror, Olivier, you hear like a loud cavernous like tapping.
Mm.
And Leonte, as you're sort of working with your tools, you are able to glean that this mirror is sort of like drawing from another place, this sort of pocket dimension where Olivier is currently held, but you're not able to extract her from it.
Alright, I have an idea.
Little tiny Olivier.
Right?
I have an idea, and I point, and I stand under the hallway and aim the face of the mirror outside to the hallway. Like, okay, mirror, you're going to listen to me, and you're going to do what I say. Expel Olivier Rousseau.
You kind of say this like holding the mirror out expectantly and nothing happens.
Well, I tried. I'm not going to smash the mirror. I think that will trap you there forever.
Oui, I would agree with that.
You're really not too sure.
Olivier's gonna just like randomly her hook shot in any direction. Not the floor.
Just doesn't catch anything and drags back to you, Olivier.
Did you see anything else in my room?
What the hell do you mean? This mirror was so distracting. I saw the mud.
And did you go through any of my other things? And I'm going to roll inside because I'm being paranoid because it's going through my stuff. 13.
I do saw the smell on the mud.
13. Is she lying?
Roll me deception, Olivier.
Deception. Let's see. Deception is charisma. Fantastic. 6!
Why the fuck you lying?
Yeah,
Why
Olivier is lying to you. She saw something she didn't like in there, but you don't know
What
what
did
it
you
is.
see?
Something repulsive.
You went through my underwear?
What? Why would you ever wear repulsive underwear?
Fair enough. You went through Torvald's underwear?
Oui, this is true.
What?
No, she didn't.
Oh, well, we'll talk about it later once I figure out how to get you and the boy out.
Oui. What about Vivina? Have you found out what is going on out there? I just woke up and everyone was missing.
She's...
Oh, by the
she's,
way.
No, Evina is... She can't leave this island anymore, at all, ever.
She did?
No. It's more like she's sleeping. indefinitely.
So she is dead.
No, she's not dead.
Mm,
Torvald
say
will
so?
Torvald will explain it when he gets here. Back from
I-
taking care of the body.
This is so.
Okay. So
You make me sick. She is dead.
we're gonna say that Leonte, while Torvald is finishing working on the cave, you are sort of using your Arcanist tools. Make me an Arcana check at advantage.
Okay, with or without expertise?
Um. Ooh, with expertise.
22.
22. Okay. Oh god, a natural one. Okay. So, Leonte. Torvald, you're sort of making your way back to town, having finished up your work. And Leonte, at this point, you have determined, and Asuka is gonna be headed back with you, Torvald. Leonte, you have determined that after like carefully assessing this thing, there is no way that you can tell to magically bring her back out of it. But you wager there's about a 50-50 chance that if you break the mirror, she'll either be sucked into a deleted void and just vanish forever, or the spell will be dissolved and she'll be ejected from the pocket dimension. But you're really not sure which.
On one hand, we'd be rid of that giant evil dark dragon thing. But on the other hand, I'm sure Asuka would kill me on the fucking spot. But there's a 50-50 chance of those two things happening. If the void option happens. So I'm going to take this up with a higher power. I grab all the remaining cotton candy I have.
Mm-hmm.
I draw my little circle on the ground. I sit down. And I go to Nadeliani.
Okay.
I'm going to Mom for help.
Help me, Mom. Okay. So.
I move myself down to this far corner.
Torvald, you are no
Here I
longer
am.
here. Welcome back, Leonte. Leonte. When you enter, you are surprised to see beside you Avina, who is sort of standing upright, but her eyes are closed. And you see she now has strong drow features in addition to her human ones.
I pat her on the shoulder and like, welcome to the club.
And she says,
Like-
"Oh, Leonte, how did you get here?"
I drew a circle on the ground. Anyway, Nadeliani, all this cotton candy is yours. I just need some help really quickly. And I hold up the mirror.
Nadeliani is sort of like watching carefully, and she studies you for a while, and then she says, "What is the issue, my eyes?"
Olivier and her ex, and I point to Avina. And I don't, because I've only broken. He only learned of this now that you two can't be together because of special Fey interest thing. It's complicated, but I'm sure he'll find a way, and he'll protect your body the best he can because of that whole magic love potion thing, which was awesome, by the way. So remember that. That's another one of my top 10 moments, like turning the entire bar into an orgy.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
No. They touched this mirror and are now trapped in it, and I hold up the mirror that I'm still holding with gloved hands.
There's a pause, and you see you see Leonte, or I'm sorry, you see Nadeliani's eyes. Actually, here is this on the right. Let me make sure you can see this. Yeah, you can see her face, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see her eyes sort of like examine your hand and then sweep over your face and back to your hand. And there's like a long kind of pause. And after a few moments, you hear Nadeliani's voice say, "Young Knightus." And Avina sort of like turns, her eyes still closed, and faces Nadeliani. And Nadeliani says, "Tell me what you see." And Avina looks over at you, Leonte, and she looks over at your hand. And she turns back to Nadeliani and she says, "I see nothing." And Nadeliani says, "As do I. Nothing. What is this you present to us?"
It's a mirror.
And there's like another long pause, and her eyes, you can see like the beams of light, and she's like searching you.
See through my eyes, my queen.
Her eyes kind of like, you see the eyelids kind of like roll shut, and then you sort of feel like that fickle fey magic moving through you. And as you look at the mirror in your hand again, she sees nothing.
No. Okay, there's some. My queen, I made a deal with a wilder to help get rid of the dark taint in my friends.
Oh crap.
A deal? What deal is this, my eyes? Surely your loyalty is to none other than myself.
It is to you, and I plan on using my mastery over dark magic to help rid of the dark magic invading my friend, and nothing more. But I fear that this mirror is dark magic that only I can see because I've made a deal with the wilder Marijuana.
The uh the air around you begins
And I
to grow
apologize. I
hot
apologize deeply,
and
Mike.
uncomfortable.
I apologize deeply, Mike.
Your allegiance is to none other than myself. Our face is fucking. God damn it! Let me do this.
Oh no, I like it. Like her face is the only thing not in the red.
And she's looking down at you, and she says, "You have formed a bond with another. You have pledged your allegiance to a being other than your queen."
No, my
And
queen.
you feel yourself thrust to your knees, Leonte. And
Oh yeah, I totally fucking.
your queen says, "Tell me, Eyes, how do you plead?"
I plead guilty of making a deal, but I do not pledge my allegiance to her.
And Queen Nadeliani says, "And what were the makings of this deal?"
Without my consent, she took. When I brought back Rorkval, the gorilla, from the dead, she took some of my soul without my consent, and now I'm. In order to help give me the powers to help get rid of this darkness inside of my companions.
She says, "The darkness of which you speak is the taint of the abyss, is it not?"
It is my queen. I've been studying it and trying to find a way to get rid of it, for it is a threat to us and to everyone in every plane of existence.
And then she says, "The creature that attacked Drfelder, was this not an ally of yours?"
She followed
Oops.
the witch hunter Mazoon into the Wilder's lair and was forced to make a deal in order to leave.
And this queen says, "I will not tolerate an affront to those under the invitation of the Inseelie Queen of the Winter Court, especially not from my own scout, in the material realm. And she says,
She's afraid of the demons.
there's a pause. And she says, continue.
Torvald, who was tainted with Evilgug, accidentally summoned a demon from the abyss, and the demon is now bound to him. When the demon made itself aware of, when the demon made itself present to Marijuana, she became visibly unpleasant, uncomfortable.
Visibly shaken.
She was shaken down to her core, as if the demons are one of the only things of this on any plane that can destroy her.
There's another, pause. And you have glimpsed this demon?
This demon's name is Leviticus.
As you utter the demon's name... Actually, no. I take that back. You can't do this. Only Torvald can do this.
Yeah, only Torvald can.
So you tell Nadeliani the demon's name. Okay, interesting. And you said that you glimpsed it?
Yeah, it's tall, has a skull, and 2 horns.
And Nadeliani asks, why can I not see this within your memory? Why have you
Her
not
dark.
shared this during our communal?
I was scared what you would do to me in your amazing presence and insight. But now I see that I should have been upright with you, just told you the truth from the beginning in order to spare myself from your divine and glorious wrath.
With this, Nadeliani says, I smite thee, Leonte Lilta, for your crimes of infidelity against the Winter Court. And with that, I need you to roll me 2d20.
Ouch. Ouch. That's
You never know, it might not be that bad.
27.
Alright, you take
14 and 13.
You take 27 psychic damage as you are racked with Fey power.
You know, I deserve that.
And with that, the clouds slowly adjust back to their temperate color. The face of Nadeliani recedes into the clouds, no longer visible. And she says, for your crimes, you have paid the price. Go forth into the world and gather for me more information on this Welder and the demons.
She has the human Mizoon under her power, if that helps.
And,
Maybe with the Night of Dreams, we can
yes, the
haunt his dreams.
abomination.
Maybe with our new knight, and I stand behind Avina proudly. We can invade his dreams and destroy his very psyche from the core, thus weakening her forces.
And you can't see Nadeliani's face anymore, but Avina sort of is looking, kind of staring at into the darkness of these clouds, and she says, Nadeliani tells you the night has yet to reach its full maturity. She is not yet ready, but when the time comes, she will assist greatly in the war ahead. Seek the abomination, and seek the Welder, or information on the Welder.
As you wish, my queen, and I bow and I leave.
You are
Welp.
dismissed.
Thank you for sparing me, my queen.
So you are still back in Drfelder, no idea what to do about this mirror, but Freyolf and Olivier are stuck in it. Nadeliani really wasn't able to help you, so your best bet is either destroy her completely, or free her and see what happens.
Now, see, I don't want to do this though because if it's destroy her completely, then I fuck over Tasha's character, and I don't want to be that guy. Like I don't like having these decisions thrust into my hands.
Well,
Plus, all there's other humanoid things in this mirror, so I don't know what's going to happen.
from what
I
you
do-
gathered, there was no other way to get her out of there. No magical form, and that was with your 22 Arcana.
Okay, and I don't know Dispel Magic, which would be incredibly helpful here. Or Remove Curse would also be probably helpful.
Does anyone know a cleric?
Torvald and Asuka, you guys are like walking into town. I'll put you guys about here.
Alright. So I go up to Torvald and like, good news, bad news.
She's awake, but
Bad news is, good news, I found Fritjof and Olivier.
What happened to them?
I hold the mirror, say hi, Olivier.
Torvald, make me a charisma save. As you look into the mirror.
Don't look directly into the mirror. Don't look directly into the mirror. No.
Make me a charisma
I
save.
didn't mean for this. I didn't mean for this to happen.
As
Yeah.
Torvald looks into the mirror,
Oh no.
vanishes from sight.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. I didn't mean for this to happen.
oh shit.
I start panicking. This is not what I wanted.
You find yourself in a vast plain filled with mist in every direction.
I turn to Asuka, I'm like, okay, don't look straight at the mirror.
And Asuka,
That was my bad.
Asuka at this point is like pissed, and she's like, "The fuck have you done, Elf?"
I don't even know what I'm doing with this thing.
She
It
says,
came to me. Okay, okay,
"Clearly not."
okay. Well, I've been studying this, and there's a 50-50 chance that if we break the mirror, then they'll be all safe.
Or
They're all stuck in this void for I don't know how long, but I may know a magic circle that can bring them back. Maybe.
Asuka grabs you by like the cuff of your armor and like lifts you up off the ground. Give me 1 second. As she punches you once in the face.
I deserve that. I deserve that.
Yeah, you're gonna take 11 damage from that punch, and you definitely
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a black eye.
Does
Yeah,
Olivia feel hungry in that world at all?
No, you don't get hungry at all. You don't
I-
need
you know-
to eat, sleep, or drink water, or breathe for that matter.
No,
You know, I deserve that.
fantastic.
I deserve that.
She says,
Okay.
She says, "Fix this now, Elf."
You know who's great with magic things? The Quicksilver.
You guys gonna? You don't have a way to contact the Quicksilver, because Olivier has the scale.
Can't Asuka come?
Asuka doesn't have the scale.
Oh my god.
And the fasteners have moved out of the cove at this point. You don't know where the Quicksilver is. She's either gonna be in Scotty, Castle Yordagar, Yarnborg, or somewhere
Alright.
else.
Right.
Where's Drops it in
Okay.
a panic.
No, I don't drop it. Okay. Okay. I do know a way we can get them back, but we're going to need a lot of raw material.
Okay, what is this plan that you have?
If smashing the mirror doesn't, I know what to do. And I go to the Verbogs. I'm like, I need rocks, lots and lots of sturdy rocks.
And Rorqual just.
No, the Furbolgs. I'm going to the Furbolgs. Like,
Oh, you
I
go
need
to the
rocks,
Furbolgs.
lots and lots of sturdy rocks.
Okay. The Furbolg's looking around at you says like, well, there's a lot of rocks around here. We could probably find you a few rocks.
Fucking voice is perfect. Okay,
Alright.
sorry.
All right, this is just for a backup plan. This is for a backup plan, and if it doesn't work, if the first plan doesn't work, so Hunter, I'm really hoping that you're not going to fuck me over on this and fuck these two over on this.
So you've got a couple furbolgs here, and what are you doing with these rocks?
Remember that circle that created the plant kids?
You're gonna go back there.
No. I'm going to do what I can from memory.
Okay.
Only you leave out specifically the abyss part.
Roll me a wisdom save to create a circle from memory.
That's if the first plan doesn't work. 11.
11. You do your best. You create a circle of some kind.
All right. Well, I do my best. I use Fey runes or whatever just to like try to make it better. All right. So, first thing I do is I hand don't look into the mirror itself, but throw it up high in the air, and I give it to Asuka, like really, really high up in the air.
And you give the rock to Asuga?
No, you know what? No, never mind. That's stupid. I don't want them to fall down and hit on the ground. I wanted to trick shot the mirror, but that's a stupid thing. So I put the mirror on the ground. I'm like, okay, stand back. Alright, stand back a good distance away, because I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay. So the mirror is like sitting on the ground.
We'll say like right here. I'm a
Okay.
good distance away. Also, I keep
It's a
squat.
big mirror.
I pull squat away. Like I keep squat out of the blast radius of what's going to happen because I don't know because it's just pure magic.
Okay, at this point, some of the furbolgs are all kind of like gathering around curiously.
Stand back, please. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm actually kind of freaking out right now. I take a deep breath, aim my hand, and I blast the mirror.
Okay. The mirror takes 20 damage, shattering into pieces.
What? You destroyed it?
And as this
He
happens,
did.
an inky liquid blackness seems to pool up from the base of the mirror, Leonte.
Oh, come on!
And it sort of spreads across the ground as if it's flooding. And it just sort of like swallows everything in the vicinity. And you find yourself standing in the middle of an empty black space. Beside you are Olivier, Torvald, and Fritjof.
Honestly,
Just happened.
I try to gather me by destroying it.
You guys are all in this room, and Leonte, this sort of white writing, like appears beneath your feet.
Does it look like anything we would recognize?
Or can they see the writing?
You guys can see the writing, but it's nothing you would recognize.
What about me?
Leonte, you can see the writing, and you can see like these 4 smoking like little beacons here.
TART.
Okay.
Oh,
And
that's
from this mirror on the ground, you start to see these blurs of movement as these things begin erupting from the mirror. And as each creature appears, Leonte, you sort of intuitively know their names. And the first one appears sort of like towering and like just sort of like stretches and says, "Ah, it has been some time."
No.
Oh my
God damn it, no. Did I just unleash pure evil into this world?
One by one, these creatures emerge.
Oh my, indeed. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Permadeath.
Question: are they demons?
They are unmistakably demons.
I was gonna say they look like demons, so
Yeah. Oh crap!
These are
Crap!
Olivier
Crap!
asks
Wait,
them,
wait, hold on. This could be a good thing. This
"You
can be a good
value?"
thing. Don't ask them that. They'll. Anyways, how do you guys feel about
Ooh, I like this.
wilders? Yeah, I
I
look
like.
at Eel, who seems to be, the guy looks like he's in full armor. Right here,
Yol, okay.
Eel. Like, how do you guys feel about wilders who take things without permission?
And
I like a race.
there's sort of like a chittering like and this thing back here with the mask, like it's sort of like holding this mask face up. There's like this nasty black mouth behind us, and it says it's talking to us. And this
It
one over
frees
here with
you.
like the multiple arms, like one of these arms like lifts the mask to his face and like kind of surveys you through the mask, and it's like, a drow. And then like one of these the one next to it with like the two pyramid heads are sort of like chittering and like arguing back and forth with another. This one over here with the ram's horns sort of like stretches out in there. He says, finally, I've been in there for so long.
You all of you.
These are demons.
They all sort of like just like take you guys in, but generally just like ignore you. And all
I lean over.
together-
Yeah, I lean over to Torvald. Like, does Leviticus have anything to say about this?
I try to. Oh wait.
Well, as you're like saying this to Torvald, all 12 of these demons are going to kind of like rise up above you all into the darkness in a sort of ring, and then each of them scatters in a different direction.
Oh my god.
And with that, all of the darkness around all of you sort of like begins like receding and melting, and it all sort of like seeps back into this mirror on the ground. And as you guys watch, the pieces all sort of like and like sort of like settle back into place, and the mirror is whole once again.
Are they free?
As far as you can tell, everything that was contained within the mirror is now free.
Oh, thank goodness.
I asked Levitic. Oh shit, not here. I go inside the house.
What
Like,
is
I pick up
happening?
I pick up the mirror and I wrap it up. I'm like, okay, I'm already out here, dude. See?
Oh shit. Yeah, okay.
Like, I turn to the Furbolg, like, we don't need the rocks anymore.
And he says, "Are you sure? Because we brought some extras."
I mean, you guys can build a rock man.
God.
Never built a rock man before.
It's like building a snowman.
Okay, Torvald.
Building a snowman, but with rocks.
What are you doing, Torvald?
I summon Leviticus. I say Leviticus.
As you say his name, he sort of wisps into the air. He says, "As you hearken, brother."
Did you just witness what I witnessed?
And Leviticus is quiet and he says, "Tell me what you saw."
I saw 12 demons come out of a mirror just now. They each looked very unique.
Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull him up here. He says, What mirror is this that you speak of?"
I say, if you stay here, oh wait, I don't want to show him it. Never mind. It's a mirror that Leonte had found. The elf had found. And I got trapped inside of it, but apparently when he broke it to release me and released a bunch of other... Yeah, she released a bunch of other demons.
Leviticus, sort of listening all of this, just sort of like is silent and sort of watches you motionless. Says nothing. He sort of
I say, can you wait here? I'll go grab the mirror and I'll show you.
and he just nods. He says, "As you wish."
Talking
Just
to
grab the
your.
mirror without staring at it, without looking at it.
No, I already have the mirror. I'm holding
Oh.
up the mirror already. Like, I have it wrapped
it-
up.
Leonte, follow me.
Yeah,
Quickly.
I follow him inside.
Okay.
Hey, Vidi.
This is the mirror. This is where they came from.
I unwrap it and I show him the back side of the mirror as to not show him the reflective mirror side.
The business end.
You see Leviticus's horns like kind of like tilt down towards the mirror as he like silently gazes at it with his like black empty eye sockets. And then his horns like turn and look back at Torvald. And he says, "You wish to know what this mirror is?"
If you know what it is, sure.
And he says, "Very well, as you wish." He says, "This mirror comes to those who are dead. And with it, it is a tool that they use." He says, "The dark magic where we demons come is very much alive, and it influences those around it and interacts with those who interact with it. And he turns and he looks at Leonte and he says, "This woman, the owner of this mirror, she is dead."
What? I look at Leonte. Does Leonte like hear Leviticus saying all this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Leonte.
I'm in there. I am sweating bullets at this point.
Leonte, how is she dead? I turn back to Leviticus.
Remember when I brought back Rorkval?
Brought back Rorkval.
Well, from the orcs?
You wait.
It
so
happened
you were
not
the
that
one who revived them. Yes.
I thought I said we went over this before. Yes.
Oh, okay. I forgot that we did. All right. So you revived them.
At the cost of my own life.
You gave your life to bring
To save-
Rorqual back.
Yes. Knowing full well that if I did give up my life, I can no longer research the black dark magic that was affecting you, Trollitz, and now Olivier. Meaning I failed in that part to try to help you guys get rid of the dark magic inside of you.
We
But
were told to
hey.
die. Rorqual was dead, and you brought them back. Is he tainted now?
He has part of me inside of him.
Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, what do you mean part of you? Your flesh?
My soul.
Your soul?
Kind of, you know how, like, you and Rorkval share that kind of soul connection thing?
Yes.
It's different, but at the same time, it's the same exact thing for me. Like, I gave up part of my life I gave up my life to save his. So part of me is now inside of him until I find a way to get it out safely. So that way you don't have to worry about me anymore or me being inside of him. Which is why I'm studying this to save you guys from myself and all the things around here. And you know what? Prove my conviction. I go into my room. I pull out the Animali mask. I go outside. I throw it up in the air, and I instantly blast it multiple times mid-shot, or mid-air with Eldritch Blast.
What is that? Where did you get that from?
A trophy that helped me kind of understand the dark magic in a book, which I still need the book, by the way. There's still plenty of things, but I don't need that. I don't need that.
That's an
took it off a
Animali
dead-
mask.
I took it off a dead one.
Keep in mind, you also removed the infectious magic from it, Leonte.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know that. I got rid of the infectious magic. I overcame it, and now it's gone. In fact, I'm going to delete that off my inventory right now. I do not have the owl mask. I just blew it up. So total my conviction to this dark magic stuff.
But you kept it from us.
Cause I knew
These
if I
things
put it
destroyed my
right,
village. They destroyed my life.
and guess what, Torvald? I knew that if I brought it out in front of you and wore it, you wouldn't care what I had to say or what reason I have it, because you always seem to assume the worst of me. Well,
I
guess
assume
what,
the worst
Torvald?
of you because you keep a secret.
Because I
You have not
know.
shown me anything that shows that you are actually friendly. Over the time that we've known each other, you have been completely secretive. I've had to figure out everything, past all the cryptic excuses that you've thrown out. You're a mystery to me, and you still are. How can I
Again,
call that a friend?
elf, secret, fey magic. It's really something that I wasn't even supposed to tell you. And yet you
So-
were so persistent that I had to let the secret out, and I got in trouble from my queen for that. Now all
So
this
why are
is.
you still here? Why do I matter to you so much?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess all my time here on this thing, part because I don't have a home to go back to in the Feydark, or at least not one that I know. Everything's changed over there. It's just weird, and I guess I can spend time longer here. I don't know, alright?
Meanwhile, Olivier's asleep on the roof.
Olivier's asleep. She's not like watching this from across the street.
Well, I figured she would climb up to watch. If she caught sight of it, sure, but she was just kind of
Did she see
sitting up there,
the.
just walking
You
around.
did just witness 12 demons being released into the world.
That is true. I guess she
Yeah.
shouldn't be asleep.
Did you see me blow up the mask?
She's just thinking, I guess, and reflecting.
Yeah, I guess she probably. Make a perception check actually as Leonte comes like storming out through the door. See
Perception,
if you
10.
notice this across the street.
10.
Probably not. You probably don't notice that, but you would hear Torvald and Leonte like shouting at each other. In fact, the Furbolgs are just like blankly and nosily staring at you guys, and Amamwio and Squat are each watching with interest. As is Amimwia, whose whereabouts are currently unknown to me.
I guess Olivia will just like flip over there and be like, guys, this is no time to argue. We have some serious shit.
Yeah. Leviticus, I know you can hear me, and I head back inside the house to get away from the prying guy.
I follow.
Olivia will
Torvald.
follow.
Torvald, I have some questions to ask Leviticus face to face. Can you tell him just to answer me honestly?
Tell me what your questions are.
It's about those
and I'll
demons
think
we
about
saw.
asking. What about them?
I need to know if they can help us get rid of marijuana or not.
I turn to Leviticus and I say, so that Merosuhana, how powerful is she?
No, I have questions that I need to. Okay, I guess.
You know he's not going to listen to you. He
Yeah, I
responds
know.
only to 12-old.
No, I know Torvald's not going to listen to me. He apparently doesn't trust me, even though I saved one of his best friend's life. So
And I've saved
yes.
yours, so. But I am saying that Leviticus will not listen to anyone but 12-old.
Yeah, that's why I asked him to tell. That's why I asked Torvald to tell Leviticus to answer my questions truthfully for a bit.
Olivia's gonna bring out her pipe and start toking on a dreamwood.
So,
Every exchange, every question he answers will be a favor.
You know what? I'm good with that. I'm just chock full of favors.
Is Torvald good with that?
Yeah, it's not your.
Torvald's the one that takes on the burden.
I just need to know if those demons can be helpful to us, or if they'll just bring about the destruction that Leviticus is not.
This is the last question I am asking him. From now on, you are on your own. Leviticus, will those demons help us or not? That we saw inside the mirror.
Leviticus sort of shakes his horns from side to side, and he says, those demons, creatures of the abyss, are failed liches.
I see.
The mirror has entrapped their souls.
Does Olivier hear
But
Leviticus
they're
say
free
this?
now.
Only Torvald hears Leviticus ever speak.
Mm.
Actually, Olivier, are you like down there with them now?
Oh yeah, I said I was gonna follow inside because I was
Oh,
talking to
My bad.
Leonte about how the demon's not gonna listen. She's smoking her pipe.
Gotcha. Yeah, Torvald. Leviticus tells you that the demons were failed liches, and they have basically just become twisted versions of their former selves. And that if you use the mirror, but the mirror also uses you. And if you fail to use it properly, the mirror takes you.
I see. For those failed liches are free in the world now.
I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna go back to my room, close the door. Seriously, don't go to my room. I'm about to do something with this mirror. Try to see if I can find those demons. And I don't want you guys being trapped in this mirror again.
Olivier shrugs.
As soon
I would
as
say
Leonte closes the door, I just like grow vines all over it, like from hinge to hinge.
just seal it.
Like, yeah, seal
Uh,
it shut.
Olivier chuckles.
Leonte, I would say with that 22 Arcana check at this point, you have a pretty good understanding of how this mirror will work.
Alright,
What are you trying to do with it?
if I can't, I'm going to try to at least, since hopefully they've been in the mirror for so long that some trace of them is still inside of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with the name I can remember of, what was it? Yol? Yeah. I say Yol, and I look at the.
There's nothing. You look into the mirror, but there's just like an empty
Show,
fog.
show me Yol.
You like shake the mirror in front of you. Show me Yol. Nothing.
I pull my Arcanist tools and I start getting ready to tinker with this thing.
Okay. Torvald and Olivier, what are you guys doing out there?
I tell
Venhold's kind of like,
Leviticus, that's all I ask of you. Thank you.
he like bows his head and like wisps away.
Do you think, Torvald, it would be beneficial maybe maybe if I went back to the city or something, or a city, and maybe went to a library or see what kind of research we could do?
Yes, there's a lot that we have to look on. This is something completely out of our grasp.
Oui, I agree. Oui, do you want to be back in a day's time with what we have found?
Leave any what?
Like, meet back in a day, I guess. Like, should we head up the same city, or like two different cities, or like?
There's only one, that's Port Hilden, that
That's true.
would have anything.
That's true, because we're not in Baltaria proper yet, in the capital.
Mm-hmm.
If only we were on the capital, they have great libraries, but
There's any of that left.
this is true. She gets kind of sad for a moment.
All of this happening has made me realize the gravity of the situation here. Two different dark forces fighting each other for control over this world.
Olivia's like fist tightens and she just says, we will make him pay for sure.
I don't want to side with the demons, but it's looking like I have no choice.
Perhaps there should be yes, we will see. I hope he does not have to come to that, but maybe. But maybe we should do some research and then we might know what we are dealing with.
I agree.
Okay.
Vinhold's awake.
Yes, Venhold at this point is awake again, and he's sort of like looking around, like hearing. He's been like listening to you guys all kind of talk like this, but he's just like kind of just now stepping out.
Vinhold, are you all right?
He's like, I'm okay. He's like,
Excuse me.
and he's kind of shaking. He looks pretty unsettled, and he's like, I'm just way out of my depth here.
I can explain everything. Think we should have a talk.
he's like looking around at Olivier, and he looks at you, Torvald, and he says, "You guys are like real witches. Like, you guys are the real deal. I'm glad you're on our side."
We wouldn't be
Doesn't-
having this talk if we weren't. That's for sure. But I would like to tell you what's going on. Keeping you in the fold is just as important.
Okay. Are you just gonna like kind of get him up to speed with what's going on?
Yeah, I tell him about all of the angels, all of the demons. Like I tell him basically everything that I've learned about like what's going on, like the feud between the demons and the creatures of the abyss,
Okay.
the creatures of darkness, and that we're just somehow we're caught in this feud.
This Wailder witch and like the demons.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. This would be a good stopping point if you guys are interested in like setting up our characters or something like that.
Oh yeah, like I agree. We can definitely pick up from here,
Yeah.
like next time we play. And I do have some plans on how to tweak the mirror,
Oh,
do what I want to do.
Real quick, what would you like to do while you're working on
I told you over Discord, but long story short, I want to maybe tweak the mirror if possible as a scrying glass.
Okay. Still interesting.
Like I want to keep the soul stealing function, but I also want to use it as like a scrying glass so we can try to track those demons.
That is very interesting. So you are wanting to modify a magic item. I think that's pretty cool. And yes, I will let you do that. Roll me. This will be a more difficult project because this is like
Already like high magic item.
This is like an artifact level item.
Yeah. I don't want to get rid of the soul stealing part of it. Like that is integral to this plan. But if we're
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me roll me a crafting check to get that. And sadly,
With
without
expertise?
expertise, since you
oh shit, never mind.
You no longer have the owl mask.
Yeah, you know what? That was on me, but in the end, I kind of think that it all worked.
It was
Because,
a pretty big sacrifice. Like that was a really hefty benefit you were getting
Yeah.
from that mask.
That's a 6.
Woo! Feeling not having that mask. Okay.
I mean, when I rolled with expertise, it was 11.
It's interesting though. I will say like that is an ongoing project if you want to start working on that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Like I'm even putting aside my my new body project, so I don't have to keep draining everything, say live or fresh
Okay.
for this, because I feel like this takes a precedent over the whole me draining things to stay alive.
Okay. Okay. So, is there anything else anybody wants to do? Avina is currently asleep in like a beautiful Fey Darkish, like druidic grove built around the gate to the Fey Dark in this cavern in Drfelder. You guys
Yeah.
have released 12 demonic failed liches into the world and didn't get caught in the security system to the Fate Arc because Leonte was clever enough to send in her familiar instead of diving in headfirst,
Or throwing squad in first.
which is admittedly
Also,
a
we
little
didn't get
disappointing,
stuck.
but smart.
We didn't get stuck in the mirror either.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who.
Leonte's the owner. The mirror has her initials on the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
You know what? I'm just gonna trap squat in the mirror. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna trap squat in the mirror.
Okay,
That'd
alright.
be rude.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording right here then.